Crucial conversations, comedic minds. Put them both together and what do you get? The most productive and impactful smack talking session ever. Now let's put our minds together.
Hey, what's good? What's good, people out there? Oh, this is my camera, right? This is my camera. I keep forgetting all the time. This is my camera. I'm Valentine, and this is
Cory fucking Fernandez.
Don't touch. Oh, see, the producer's yelling at us already. We just got started, but it's all good.
I'm messing up
They said stop touching the mics. Anyway, I'm Valentine, and this is Comedic Minds. Welcome to the first episode, the premiere episode, and we got a little posse in here today. Yeah! Oh, that's right. Oh. All right, so I'm going to be a little ghetto in this moment. You know, it's the first thing that popped into my mind. I'm going to give some shout-outs. Shout out to my mama. Brooklyn, New York. Hey, mama. You better be watching. Shout-outs to men in Australia. And then I'm done with mine. I ain't going to go on and on and on and on. I could do it, but let me stop. All right, so yes, this is Comedic
Shout out
Minds.
Brooklyn in the building.
Yo, we in L.A., and it was not on purpose. It was not designed. This is the way the chips fell to Brooklyn. Brooklynites ended up hosting this show. I'm grateful though for it. I just want to start out throwing this out there. I am not a comedian, but I'm a big Crucial Conversation part of this motherfucker. See Crucial Conversations.tv. But Cory is definitely an up and coming bright star in the comedian world. So
let me just say I used to be a comedian. I quit right before I started this podcast. But I have been a comedian for 15 years.
15 years? Oh my God.
No. I'm just playing. I'm still out in these streets slinging these jokes.
All right, let me real quick before we really get off topic, just rolling in here. I just really want to talk about the show, the purpose for the show, how it came about, and what we are setting out here to do here. So of course, yes, the show is called Comedic Minds. It was birthed out of the need. I felt the need to bridge a gap between new up and coming comedians and veteran comedians. I happened to meet a wonderful woman. Her name is Miss Laura from. She's a queen of comedy. And we had a great conversation, which pretty much sparked off all of this for me. And she talked about a lot of her challenges that she had coming up in the game and while she was like prevalent in the game, still having these issues and concerns that boggled me. And I felt like they were great, crucial conversations that needed to be heard, almost a little bit like behind the music for comedians. You know,
right.
And I personally soak those type of shows up because you only got to tell me one time and I'm gonna avoid it. If I know the mind land, what is it? The landmine. Thank you. You know, I get a little dyslexic sometimes. Well, I ain't even got to do it talking, right? But anyway,
thank you too. I appreciate that. That was supposed to be me. My bad.
Yeah, but if you tell me, you only got to tell me, and I will go. I like to soak up from. People who are more experienced than myself. And when I took off on this journey, just by the way, some of you may know me as the host of C Squared, but I'm also the executive producer of C Squared and this show. And I'm only going to be on here for a few episodes before Cory completely takes over and the rest of the comedians really take over and take Comedic Minds where it really needs to go.
He's lying, y'all. He's still going to be here 5 years from now.
I'll be damned. I mean, I may come around and yell a little bit, jump and scream, get on the mic, yeah, because I got that in me. But I'm definitely going to let
He's going to be like one of those people that he's going to keep threatening to leave. Like, I'm about to retire, y'all, so y'all better enjoy me while y'all got me.
Okay, I'm going to do like that so get the ratings up. I'll be like, I'm about to leave. So people are like, let's watch for the last show. You know, he's about to be out finally. And then I'm going to come back next week. Oh, I was just kidding. No,
but either way, man, here you got a guy, he don't even do comedy. And he giving us a platform to, connect new and old comedians.
Yeah, man. You know what? Honestly, from my standpoint right now in today's times, comedians seem to be like one of our very last outlets of like just real plain talk conversation. And really just calling out the elephant in the room for what it is. And because nowadays people seem that they can't take a message unless it comes in a packaged way that they prefer it to come. And oftentimes things in life don't come the way you want it to come, where you expect it to come, but it still comes to you. And I think oftentimes you need to pay attention to the message sometimes. I mean, now, don't get me wrong, some people set out to offend and be disrespectful, right? I mean, you could address that on a separate level, but still sometimes there's a message in it you might miss unless you just really be open to it, It's almost like people get mad at the church. But you get mad at the people or you mad at God. Like, come on. Sometimes the people give you a bad experience, but that's if you're religious and all that. But that's the point I'm trying to make.
That is true.
So
anytime you go anywhere and you have an awful experience, you just judge that country or wherever it is by that experience. Mm-hmm. Like, I hated it. Like, what happened? I couldn't find any weed.
Oh my God. Oh, here we go. Talking about weed, we have, just so you guys out there know, we have a little launch party, food gathering going on right now to kind of officiate this first episode. So we have plenty of people, up and coming comedians, DJs, and other guests, and we got new comedians and veteran comedians here that I'm gonna introduce to you shortly. Cory and I will introduce to you shortly. I'm going to be quiet after a while and let Cory take over. Okay?
Like he said, we got it going on. We got an audience in here, y'all.
Let them hear you. Yeah.
We got people in the back. We got catering in the back. We got bottles in the back.
Oh, yeah, you do.
We doing it up in here. And I'm not going to lie. I was a little intimidated coming down. I was like, where's that? He said, over by Crenshaw.
Yeah, we on Crenshaw.
I was like, ain't that where Nipsey died?
Is it?
He was like, no, that's a different part.
Oh.
Down the street.
And we are? It's down the street?
The other way. It's up the street.
Well, we also down the street from Baldwin Hills Mall. Is that where we at?
Crenshaw Mall.
I like to say Ben Baldwin Hills. It sounds less scary. But Crenshaw Mall. Anyway, we are down the street from the mall. But really quickly, before I forget and we get rolling, so another show was birthed out of the idea of this one, if that makes any sense. So I'm like, well, if I'm having all these comedians come on and I'm creating a podcast and a place people come having these crucial conversations, why don't we have an actual comedy show, right? If we bridging the gap, why don't we create a place where veterans can come and mentor and see new comics. Hopefully, God willing, we get some established comedians that can really do something for the career of one of the up and coming comedians. Walk through one of our live shows, which is called Comedy Minds Live Comedy Show. And really quickly, I think I should introduce the host of Comedy Minds Live Comedy Show and the DJ. It's all about young blood, new up and coming talent. So I'm gonna holler at Herby first. Ha Herby. Ha. Did I do it right? Ha Herby. Come on, man. Come on. We're gonna get all these introductions out of the way, then we're gonna get a quick crucial conversation.
Herbie in the house.
Herbie?
Hello.
Herbie's getting set up. You better grab that mic.
No, let the engineer.
Right.
Oh, okay. Let the engineer do it. The engineer's coming. This is the first episode. Oh my God. Oh, let me tell y'all real quick. POTUS, you get on the camera.
I look a mess.
No. This is a hip hop legend, 90s rapper, and she owns these studios. Her name is POTUS. Get in the camera, holla. Holla. Yo, say what's up. I'm dead serious, yo. Look her up, POTUS. Yo, she owns it. Yo, I'm honored to work with her. The poetess. I love you. So I'm learning the rules of the land, okay? Because she owns this spot, okay? And she's gracious enough to let us film out here.
Don't touch the mic.
Don't touch the mics.
I'm sorry.
Don't touch the mics.
I'm not going to get slapped at all.
So I'm supposed to have this one. I ain't have it on.
As soon as it started, I know.
Ha Herby. So we don't have you on camera yet, but hopefully they'll adjust that in a minute.
It's fine. My looks are not camera worthy, so it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine.
Hey, yo, first of all, this dude remind me of, and I'm going to throw it out there. Is he like a lighter version of him? What's it? Cat Williams, I swear to God. You see this dude in action?
Oh my God.
He remind me, if you see him in action when he do his comedy and stuff, like, this is a Cat Williams right here. Except like a young. Well, let's not say younger. I don't want Cat Williams to come on here and do me like he's the one.
Why don't you rub one of your doll fingers? You know, it's funny because I love Cat Williams. Like, I always looked up to him as a comedian. Like, he was always funny to me, and he just said whatever came to his mind and was unapologetic for it. And so, to be in that same sentence it's a pleasure of mine. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I was thinking more Tony, but all right, we'll do.
You know what, Raphael Sadiq?
Yes.
I can't.
Excuse me. What's the dude name?
I wanna dance.
Yes, John Leguizamo.
Yes, you do look like him.
I should have known I couldn't dish that one out without getting it back.
Yes. We got all these lookalikes. I always say I look like Mos Def. So I mean, I get that a lot. You know, I mean, I don't really think. Well, I gotta watch what I
can
say.
see that.
This is going out to the world, but
Some
yeah,
people think I look like Morris Chestnut. I
What?
see it, but I feel like that's close. I feel like
Oh my God, he said he think he look like Morris Chestnut, y'all.
Oh, wait a minute.
I see it.
You see it? Thank you, friend.
see it a little bit?
Thank you.
She had. How many drinks you had? How many cups of champagne you done had back then?
I know you didn't.
Right.
They done served you up a few glasses.
That's like one of those comments you slip in after a few laughs. Everybody's like, he slips it in, and then you laugh at it, and he's like, that wasn't a joke.
Right. Like,
No, you're right. You do look like Morris.
like.
So listen, you guys out there, the first live comedy show, stand-up comedy show, is on October 24th. Here's the flyer, and look who's on there. Woo! So the headliner is Junior de Guzman, young Filipino guy. He's really doing his thing out here in LA. He's I don't know if he's born and raised here in LA, but he lives here. At any rate, he has a lot of little Netflix specials and tours. You can check him out. And then Mr. Cory Fernandez, I wouldn't say Hernandez, I don't know. Fernandez is going to be the feature performer. And then we have Ha, who's Lord have mercy. I'm going to say Herby, who is hosting the event. But on top of that, we have a current contest that we're having right now for up and coming, well, just comedians in general. So one of the prizes is a $500 cash prize. At the first two shows, which is October 24th and the next one is November 7th, each show the audience will decide two winners. The four winners from both shows will compete in the finale show on November 21st, where we'll have celebrity guests that will judge at that point who the winners will be for the grand prize of $500 and a spot to come on the C-Square show on November 26th. Who the guests are is a surprise. Trust me, you will want to win and be on with these guys. And a spot to come here and have a real long, crucial conversation with me and Cory. You know what I mean? So Herby is hosting that.
And y'all better be there, it's $500. I don't know if y'all heard that correctly, but it's $500. And you know the embers are coming, like the holidays and rent is always due at the end of the month. And
yes.
the beginning of the month. So you may need that extra cash. So go tell your friends that tell some jokes. Come on out.
Yes. So please go to Crucial Conversations with an S.TV to RSVP. CrucialConversations.tv to RSVP. Oh God, now I'm doing all of the marketing part and all the things. Tagging Crucial Conversations. Okay, so anyway, yes, that's what we're doing right now. And you know what? Before I move on and bring on our first veteran, our real veteran from back in Def Comedy days and stuff like that, to really come in and drop some jewels for us, I think we should take a minute to get to know Cory a little bit more in his journey. No, seriously. I mean, he said 15 years, but he's still kind of on the come up. So I want to talk to him, learn more about his journey.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
how
that.
did you get here? And then you tell us real quick how you got to where you at.
It's been a journey. I started in New York. I grew up in Brooklyn, and I ran around in the New York circuit. Got on BET.
Where you went in New York?
Huh?
You said you went New York circuit. Where did you go in New York?
The only club that I got my headshot on is the Comic Strip. Shout out the Comic Strip.
Okay,
is
right.
where Seinfeld and Eddie Murphy started.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And but I did a lot of like bars too. New York has such a big scene. And I got on BET, started touring, got on the competition. It was me and Lil Duval.
Oh, you was with Lil Duval?
Oh, City Boy.
Yes, yo, this dude, yo, yo, comedians can make albums now. Like, you could sing, yo, this dude, that
He
song.
was always
Pull
tied
up.
in with music.
Yo, I was like, yo, this is a comedian. It's hot. This song's hot anyway.
He was always in the T.I. videos. Duval always was
He
in music.
I mean,
yeah.
I know he knew them, but I didn't know he was, like, was rocking it like that. Yeah, I ain't mad because them songs are hot.
And then from there, I got on another show with Bill Bellamy. Shout out to him.
Oh, that's a legend too.
And then I ended up
Bill Bellamy, come on the show. All right, go ahead.
on that show. I ended up being like a finalist with Tiffany Haddish and
hey.
Lil Rel.
Really?
Yup.
See, I'm learning stuff about my own co-host. That's
And
what
this is when we were all just starting. Like, we all broke. Now they got money. I'm still broke, but still, we was all just starting.
I'm there with you.
And I moved on and on, man. I became the first Puerto Rican on Russell Simmons' Def Comedy Jam.
Def Comedy Jam. Yes, Russell Simmons. Pay homage to those who came before us.
And then I finally booked my first movie. It was a Cop Out with Bruce Willis and Tracy Morgan. I was the bad guy.
So what the check look like?
Well, acting
was
money
on it-
is better than comedy money. I'll say that.
Oh yeah. So what's the name of this movie again? So we can go look. Because I swear to God, I'm gonna go look and
Right.
find where you at.
I'm so sad it ain't one of them classics where you already know what it is. He was like, so wait, can you say that again? I'm writing it down right now. It's called Cop Out. Bruce Willis, Tracy Morgan, Kevin Smith directed it. A lot of people were in it, man. My brother was
He was in it.
the Spanish guy in Scandal.
Oh, I don't really watch
Huck,
Scandal.
the guy that plays Huck. Yeah, he was my brother.
Is that the muscle? The muscle. He's kind of thick, short, muscular. The mean one.
Yeah.
That's your brother.
No, in the movie.
Oh, your brother. I'd have been like, nigga, down. What? All right, but all right, cool. That's cool.
And then just doing little gigs, man. I did like Orange Is the New Black the first season.
Okay.
Before I even knew what it was, and then worked with like Kevin Bacon and like The Following.
Okay.
I like little stuff here and there because it was like few lines here, few lines there, but it was still like a dream to be working with these people, and then just still trying to stay active in this comedy and also like going to school and going to film school, and then I started studying directing and screenwriting. I ain't make shit yet, but I wrote a few things.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
And yeah, man. And then I just moved to LA like 4 years ago. Now I'm
Did it
doing
feel like it went fast? 4 years.
It sure did. It sure did. Like when you think about it, like there was so many things that went on during the time, like in that period of time. But yeah, in retrospect, yeah, it definitely does seem like it goes by fast because you're just so busy hustling and grinding, and like it just goes so fast. Are you from out here too?
No, I'm originally from Dallas.
Oh, okay.
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas.
Oh, we got some Texans in the house. Okay.
Go ahead.
How you got here? I mean, he's a host too. A co-host. He asked you a question. You need to answer.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Go ahead. Don't
Like
don't
Oprah
give
interview,
attention.
like I don't know. So I'm originally from Dallas, Texas. My story. I've just started comedy like a year ago. So I'm kind of a virgin to the game. I'm still tight. So
Oh Lord! Oh my God! So I just want to throw it out there. C Square. Oh, C Square. Lord, man, I'm on the wrong show. See, I told you I'm doing too much. I had to separate myself. That's why we auditioning for 2 more hosts for this show. I want to get somebody on to host the C Square show so I can continue building content and getting other talent. Okay. Anyway, back to.
I never heard of somebody on the launch show being so happy to leave us. Damn.
right.
But I'm happy to build and,
I'm
and
just
support you guys from behind the scenes.
And I'm just happy to be here.
I mean, right now we have our digital marketing manager in the room. You don't know that, but he's sitting right there. And a lot of people that are here today for this launch are really integral. A lot of them are business owners and they want to be sponsors. But you guys don't know that, but they are. And I need to be focused on the business part and creating a bigger platform and for all you guys, you know what I'm saying? And besides, like I said out there, I have a Will Packard, Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry mentality. I don't really want to be an artist. I mean, I'm talented. I could sing, I could write, I could do all that. But I'm really more of a business-minded dude. I got an MBA for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I want to use it. So, all right. So anyway, I was going to say, so if you, the things you're going to hear, I want you to know that this is a very, diverse. CrucialConversations.tv is a very diverse place, okay? So if you ever come on the set or you come to one of our shows, you're going to have to be very tolerant because, once again, we are very diverse. We have Puerto Ricans that can't speak Spanish. But anyway, but he's
making it even more diverse, sir.
Black people, gay people, transgender people, everything in between, Asians. When you come to the comedy show, look who the headliner is, a young Asian boy. And who's the feature right behind, Latino guy. And next week we got October 24th for these guys. November 7th is Flame Monroe.
Woo!
From
That's
They
my
Ready.
good girl. That's my good.
That's the headliner.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, y'all better come with it. That's why I need to get the hell up out these seats, let y'all do your thing so I can make sure I keep bringing it for you. You know, I need to keep bringing it, building it from the other side. You feel what I'm saying? So
I just saw Flame too on that Tiffany Haddish show.
Yeah, They Ready.
They
ready.
She killed it.
Yeah, Flame killed it. You know, I mean, I'm always ready to say he, then I say she, but he don't really give a damn. I think as long as his check is right, he don't give a damn, or she don't give a damn. See, but anyway, he'll correct us when he get here. So hopefully he'll come on the show and grace us on the podcast as well as the live comedy show where you'll see. So I'm gonna try to bridge the gap as much as possible between the two shows because you two are both under the same kind of umbrella of Comedic Minds, and right now you at the helms of it, man. See for the ladies in the room, what's different? What's not up here? A woman, right? So y'all need to let's go. Let's bring. Oh no, this is my opportunity. DJ got a lot.
All right.
Come on, DJ got a lot. So yes, there is a woman. There's the first one. Anyway, the first of many. You can come around here. DJ got a lot. All right, so DJ got a lot. I think I have to fix the camera.
Hey, DJ got a lot.
It's so funny. So she is the DJ for the live comedy shows. So yeah, she gonna be spinning on. Is it still the ones and twos or that's too old?
Yeah, they still ones and twos. They just digital.
Yes. So all right. So
I think Sir Mix-a-Lot was talking about DJ got a lot.
Yes. So DJ Got a Lot is the DJ for the live comedy show starting on October 24th, okay? So when you come in, she definitely going to spin in on those digital ones and twos and making sure the house is popping, okay? And we got a lot of, I keep calling y'all young because I look young, but I'm old, okay? And I really believe in cultivating new talent, you know what I'm saying? And when I see it and I'm like, yo, they got that spark, I'm like, yo, let's go, let's make it happen, you know what I'm saying? And I'll do what I can to support you and help build you, you know? I love that, okay? So, anything you want to say on behalf of the ladies, DJ ladies? I don't know.
I mean,
you want to give a shout out to Spinderella? Yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
I'm gonna give a shout out to Spinderella, but more importantly, I'm gonna give a shout out to my mama.
Yeah,
She's a DJ. She's been a DJ for 30 years. She's the reason why I do what I do.
Nice.
She taught me to be the woman that I am, you know, being you in a male-dominated field, you know.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, some people want a male DJ because they take them more seriously, or sometimes they want a female DJ, but they just want you to look a certain way and stand there and look pretty, and they really don't take you seriously. So you got to approach the game a little bit different. You got to be twice as good, really. So my mom is that, and I watched her. I was up under her, 5-6 years old, like taking her to the gigs. She putting me to sleep in the back nobody could see me behind the DJ booth and stuff.
Okay.
And just learning.
Okay.
And she didn't even know that I was going to be a DJ. She didn't even know I wanted to do it.
Really?
I was like, yeah.
Well, you're pretty good at it when I came out to see you.
Thank you.
He was like, I was like, all right. I ain't mad. I'm looking forward to October 24th. I really am.
Me too.
I'm ready to turn that motherfucker out. And I ain't got to sit, I ain't got no mic, so I'm going to carry on in the back. I'm going to be a hype man. Please. I'm just as much of a fan of all this as I am like the executive producer or producer. I'm a fan. I'm a holler. You play the right song, I'm going to bust it right there on the...
All right.
I'm gonna get you going.
I'm gonna be like, oh my God, I gotta stop. I'm sweating. I'm
gonna be like, I see a little beat coming down. I'm doing my job right
Yes, definitely.
DJ Got a Lot mother was mixing tables while breastfeeding her.
She really was.
Okay.
DJ Cookie, let me say her name.
That's her name, DJ Cookie?
Yeah.
Shout out
Where'd you come up
DJ
with the name
Cookie.
DJ Got a Lot? DJ Got a Lot.
My mom. So she used to, this is when you actually had to carry your physical music. So she had so much music. And people would say like, wow. And she always took everything with her because she never knew what she was going to have to play. And people would look and see all her music and say, wow, you have so much. Like, no matter what crowd is like different, there would be maybe mixed ages and mixed races, and she would always play something for everybody. And people would say, you got it all. And so she was like, man, I should have named myself DJ Got It All. And she was like, but I'm going to pass that name to you. I was like, well, honestly, that's your name. I don't want to take your name from you. So I kind of remixed it and made Got a Lot. Because it's like, you got it all, Mom. I got a lot. I'm trying to get there.
Oh, my God. Oh. That deserves a hug. Yeah. Oh, I ain't mad at you. All right, I love that.
Yeah, that was not that heartfelt.
Yes, it was. It caught everybody in the room.
I felt it here.
Everybody felt it. Everybody felt that for sure.
I'm verklempt.
You know what? I'm grateful for this opportunity just to work with all of you guys. You know, and I just feel so much more coming. You know, and I'm excited. I just want to get out there and support y'all and like be like 25. 30 years down the line, we have like a reunion like they did for Def Comedy Jam, and then bring it all out. And you know what I'm saying? But unlike Russell, I'll cry. I'll be too. I'll be like, oh, I'll cry. Y'all will be talking. I'll just be crying. But yeah, I'm grateful to have you guys. I really am.
Thank you. Likewise.
Glad to be here.
I'm grateful to have met Herbie. I only met you 2 years, maybe 3 years ago.
Probably I think it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We did our first party. It was a Beyonce Lemonade picnic bash.
He didn't even know that I was a Beyonce stan.
Right.
So when he hired me, I'm like, yeah, I want to do that. How much is your budget? I'm like, don't matter, just pay me what you can because I want to do that.
Right. Because I was like, I'm balling on a budget. And then I told her, I was like, I really appreciated her coming out. I was like, hey, you know what? Whenever something's going down, I'm definitely going to hit you up. Like, she's so awesome.
And he kept his word years down the line.
You know what? I'm really big on that too. Loyalty and keeping your word. I'm huge on that. Huge. I'm serious about it. Okay. And
well, I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah,
right. We wouldn't want the other one.
I'm really checking. I got receipts too. And check anybody that work with me. Like they'll tell you like Valentine say something, he gonna do it. And if anything happened where he can't, you'll know. You'll be the second person to know. After he know, I tell you, oh, so and so is happening. I might not be doing it right now, or I can't do it. But here's an alternative, or this is when will be able to do it. Like I'm real about mine. I'm really big about my name. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like dirt on my name. At least not self-inflicted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to do it to myself. Like, you know, like my name means a lot to me, you know, and how I present myself in the world, you know. So and I think that plays out in the things that I'm passionate about and the projects that I get behind and the projects that I create, you know. So it's Pushu Conversations programming is all about creating content that promotes positive change through productive controversy, and you know it's all about productiveness. Like nowadays with the way reality TV, which is now transitioned into real life, where you know the most hideous get the most attention, the most ratchet get the most attention, the most they get the most spins, they get the most this. But what I notice is if you just nowadays because of that, if you tell the truth, you can get that much attention.
Yeah.
If you just tell the truth, you'll get that much attention.
Come on now.
You see what I'm saying? If you willing to have say the truth, a real conversation, and you don't have to be rude, but just saying it will shock everybody because everybody's so used to the lies and the bullshit, right? You know, and the fixing it up and all of the ratchetness, fighting. I could say something just as poignant to you, and everybody be like, oh, "Did he just say that?" You know, and I wasn't ratchet, and I was speaking a truth, And
I think, if I may say, I think people are ready for that. I think we've hit the cusp of we've seen so much of the fake or so much of the dolled up, and people are actually looking for real and raw, which I think comedy is going to bring that back, because comedy, you can't fake comedy. You can't fake your experience. It's it all comes from a true place. And so I think this is a good opportunity, a good platform, which I appreciate so much that you're giving us a platform to do it, because comedy from what I've seen, is dying because, you know, we live in this, I call it fake outrage, where it's like we kind of pick and choose what to be angry about or who to cancel, who not to cancel. And so in the comedy world, it really is, you have to look at like, well, I shouldn't say this or maybe I should say this, but that's not your experience. So I think this is a great opportunity for comedians, young, old, experience, you know, just getting in the game to really talk about what's really going on and just be raw and authentic about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, amen to that. Amen.
Sorry, I went on my little sermon.
Are you kidding me?
My dad was a preacher, so hallelujah.
Damn liberals messing it up for us comedians.
Right.
Y'all need to calm down, all right?
Oh my God. Oh Lord have mercy. But yeah, so I definitely want more women. I want more, you know, diversity and race, and you know, I want all of that to be represented. You know, and I mean, you may not see that right here on the panel, but oh well, you'll be all right. But on the next panel, watch to the next episode. You see, come to the comedy shows. Each one is something different, but it's still talent there. You know, I mean, nowadays, I don't know. Me personally, I get mad at certain things. Like I used to get mad at groups that I didn't want to be a part of groups that only welcome other black people. I was like, I don't like, I just didn't like it, right? I mean, I don't like any group that's just only for certain groups, right? I would always challenge them and like, why? What, you know? And they would say, oh, I understood the reasons why, but I just felt like it was still creating a barrier. At any rate, so I do see the need for that now personally. Just I've lived a little bit more. I've experienced a lot more, especially here in California. I feel that there's a need where a place where like-minded or people that look like you feel more welcomed and you're more easy to accept a message or help, right? Like for like HIV types of places that services and stuff like that, they go off for outreach. 9 times out of 10, Latino people are more receptive to receiving that information from a Latino person,
right.
You know, that can speak their language and understand their culture and stuff like that, right? Versus if I walk up to them, they might receive, but probably not as quickly or absorb and stuff like. Especially, I can't speak their native tongue, right? So I do see the need for those things, but in my heart and what I produce, I just can't help it. It just has to be diverse. You see what I'm saying? Like, I just can't help it. I do feel the need. I think there's a place for all. I think they all need to be. If you all gays, only all whites, only all blacks, okay, I think there's a need. But for me, I can't create anything like that. It just has to be diverse for me. And whenever, and I always encourage, Jacinta's not in the room. That's the production manager. Otherwise, I'd shout out her and other people that are in my camp to always challenge me. You know, and if they don't see themselves in the room, to be like, yo, Valentine, why is no this, why is no that? And I'd be like, I don't know, why isn't it? Oh, let's go and you know anybody? Let's refer them. Okay, anywhere I can go and recruit, you know, and stuff like that, like to bring some people in and see who's a good fit, you know, because I like to make sure there's diversity. So one of my challenges while I was just creating things just to get to this step was kind of maintaining that diversity. And we started out with women, but they kept dropping off. And in the end, the men were here standing. So that's why we show up like this today. But it's still something that's not an excuse. That's just the way things happen. But that's not the way things will continue to be. Right, DJ got a lot?
Right.
Well, I'm glad that I'm here to sprinkle my diversity.
Yes!
I work real hard for this diversity. You hear me?
Sprinkle that Leguizamo.
And I'm just sprinkles. I'm just colorful. Just
I can't, Lord have mercy. All right, you guys. So I'm about to thank you guys for coming up here. I'm gonna ask Miss Hope Flood to come. Oh, no. Before we bring Hope, because I know when I get up on here, I'm gonna be just bad. We're gonna be talking for a while. I want to bring Jalen up real quick. I know we have two. And what's the young lady next to you? I know you're a comedian too, right? Because I saw you perform. So wait, give me a hug before you go.
Thank you so much.
They'll be back, man. They'll be back. Give him a 5 minutes.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry. My bad. See you at the show, bro.
yes, appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we're going to switch out for some brand new. Come around. When they come out. Wait till they come out and y'all come around.
All right.
We're going now. These are all comedians, okay? And a DJ. I'm the only one that's Jalen.
Hi,
How you doing?
Yeah, come sit down. And Ayana, yes? Ivana. Ivana. Oh, it's so beautiful. I remember you. I remember her.
Thank you. That hair, though. Yeah. Right?
She's beautiful. She's gorgeous. Excuse me, she's gorgeous. Okay, so I'm just so you know, I'm not, there's no Me Too or nothing like that because I'm gay. I don't want you. All right, but
cool.
But I'm gonna throw that out there. But I will say this: you are fine.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I saw you. This was last week. Didn't you perform last week at a comedy show? And before you even went up, I was like, "Oh, she is so beautiful. Oh my God, she is so fine." You wore all black, right?
Thank you. Of course.
Yeah. See how?
Of course, my mama and my daddy black, baby.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I have to pinch. Sometimes no, not if you are all black. You wore all black clothes.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm like, am I black? Yes.
No. Oh my God, that's so inappropriate.
Valentine was like, "Why is she bringing her family into this?" Okay, we'll just roll with it. So how's your mother doing?
Let me have it.
No. But yeah, that's the first thing I noticed before you got up, and I noticed she was funny too. I was like, "Oh, she's gorgeous."
Yes, I was wearing all black.
Okay. So, I mean, since I started talking to you, come on, tell us about your story and stuff and how you ended up here tonight.
Oh, I don't know. Herby, hell, honestly.
Herby, look at Herby wheeling him in.
That's the only reason I'm here. Like, he invited me out here, and like, thank you so much. But I'm from Dallas too, so
okay.
Yeah. Hell yeah. We met. We used to actually be in an improv group in college at University of North Texas. And we just, I don't know, we just reconnected back out here. And so I was like, yo, you're in LA, I'm in LA. And then we just met up at Sal's, like where you're going to have your event, ironically. Yeah. A year ago, was it?
Yeah, it was about a year ago.
Maybe a year ago. Mm-hmm. And so then I'm here. So, besides, comedy, I love acting. Okay. That's my shit. Yeah.
So comedic actress or?
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure, yeah.
Yes. We're going to have a lot of comedic actors and actresses here to visit, definitely. Yes. So
that's
maybe
dope.
when one of them come in, you could come in. You know, come sit in.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm not going to say no
I'm going to hold
names.
you to that, though.
I don't mind.
Okay.
I don't care. You could just holler. You got Jacinta's number?
Not yet.
Because if I'm not here, she'll be here. She'll open the door for you. She'll let you in.
Amazing.
Or Cory.
Yeah.
Nah, for real. Definitely. Definitely, for sure.
Thank you. This is a privilege. I'm really happy to be here, though, honestly. Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, first of all, like, you're sharing this moment with, honestly, like, it's been so difficult trying to connect with other black folks within the industry, too.
Really?
A lot of people are just, like, looking out for themselves, and they don't really reach back or reach across to help folks out. So, I mean, I really appreciate this. We all do.
From LA people to you, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't hear her.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. Well, I believe in, I don't know, that's what makes me feel good about all of this stuff, that I'm able to uplift someone else.
To provide open your platform to people.
Yeah, you know what about myself, what I noticed years ago when I was, I'm taking my glasses, what I noticed years ago when I was songwriting and producing music before I got signed and I moved out here, was I was really good at producing vocals, inspiring artists to deliver the lyrics I had. And that's when I noticed, I really have a talent for inspiring people, like bringing the best out of them. That's when I noticed back then. Because every session, they'd be killing my songs. And I'd be like, oh my God. And then I noticed I'll hear other material they did with other people, and I'm like, I'll be like, that don't sound right. You could do better than that. You know, people be like, so people will call me all the time to come and produce their vocals. Mm-hmm. And I realized, wow, I have a knack for pulling things out of people and inspiring them to do things, seeing the greatness and trying to push them and encourage them, even when they don't really believe it or see it in themselves. And so I just look at that as a blessing to be able to notice and say, yo, I hope you do it so and so. Don't be scared, because I'll be here if you fall. You know, and if I fall, we fall together. That's just it. That's how I look at it.
Oh my God! Like,
I mean, I'm nice. I got a shitty side too.
I'm about to cry.
Did I touch minds and hearts just now?
Yes.
Anyway, all right.
I think by the end, in a few weeks, he's going to have a bell just for those moments.
Oh, that's a good idea. I was thinking horns.
I feel it.
All right. But so Mr. Jalen,
hi.
I also met you at the same comedy
Yeah.
show. Yes, he got up there and started doing comedy, and I mean immediately. Even Jacinta, the production manager, we both there. We were like, "Oh my god, he's really good."
Oh, yeah.
Some of them jokes made us be like, "Oh." Because it was the things you said, but I didn't care. I mean, 'cause it's only because you don't hear that too often.
Yeah.
But it was good though. It was really good. And
thank you.
How did you end up that day there? How did you end up?
Well, I met Herbie like a little earlier.
Herbie is
year.
rolling up in.
Oh, he's the connect.
He is the connect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met him earlier this year doing a show, and and he calls me every time.
Yeah. Well,
Seriously.
Well, he have an eye for talent too. Then if he's
Simple
calling
as
y'all,
that.
like for
Yeah.
real. You know what, Mr. Herbie? I'm gonna say this. When we met, he was late.
Yep.
And anybody that knows me, I start getting irritated when I don't like to be late.
Yeah.
I like to be early.
Yeah.
I like my shit to be on schedule. I will start getting agitated. I'll be ready to fight. Right? I believe in that. So I usually expect that from other people. Even he was late today.
And I'm right on time now.
I had actually planned my lateness weeks ago.
Oh, Lord.
I told him I was going to be late.
And I was
I'm
panicking.
gonna use that.
But I
like
learned,
that.
going back to my songwriting days, when them damn artists would be late, I couldn't give an attitude because that will fuck up their energy and they wouldn't be able to give me their best, right? So I would learn how to bottle my own anger at the fact that they showed up to a session 2 hours late for a 5-hour, 6-hour session, because I know if I came at them like, well, why you was late, they wouldn't be able to give their best and shine because it would be too much friction in the room. So I didn't give him no friction. I met him with a smile. And I said, I went and met him outside. Come on, let's go. Even though inside I was like, this motherfucker. But
No, I knew he was pissed off.
But back to Herbie. Herbie was late, but I didn't mind. I met him at a restaurant, and I was content stuffing my face till he got there. And when he got there, you know what? I couldn't be mad. He walked in. I mean, even though he wasn't jumping around, I could sense the energy coming from him and the humility. And the first thing he said was, "I'm so sorry for being late," and everything. He sat down, and then I just started talking and realizing that I didn't even offer him to order food, get a drink. I just started talking, and he was like an interview. And I said, "Oh, stop everything." I was like, "You need to order food, eat, and I'm going to get you a drink, something to drink, so we could just chill and eat and talk. It's coming across like an interview, and I want you to relax." And when that happened, this dude just. I don't know. I'm a type of person that when somebody hits me in a certain way, I'm like, I'm rolling with this. I don't give a fuck how many bumps is in it. We gonna work it out. And I didn't want to tell him that because I was like, yeah, we still making a decision. And I still gotta see you host, which I did go through those things, but he would have really had to fuck up and bomb for me to be like, you know what, maybe next season, but I was like, yo, I'm with it, and
he told me he was going to do a comedy show addition to the podcast. So I was like, automatically, I'm already like, oh man, and I'm hosting the comedy show. Oh, bro, thank you. So he's like, no, actually, you're not the host.
Oh, yes, that did happen. That happened it did. He was really irritated. Oh, we're keeping it real on this motherfucking show.
No.
Tonight.
No. This was all this fell in my lap. You know that. So
yeah.
This is all a bonus. And now I met Herbie. I like the guy. So I'm just gonna be I'm just gonna hate a little less. That's all. No.
But I mean, we're gonna try our best to intertwine both shows as much as possible because I feel like we use both platforms to lift both platforms up.
No, but
did that come out correctly?
But that just goes to show that that you're not only talking the talk, but you're walking the walk because this is already a platform, but now you really trying to give comedians something by adding the show part to it too because that's their arena, like that's where they really play at. So that just goes to show that you really trying to push comics forward.
I'm trying to push positive things forward.
Yes.
And I feel like right now, comedians, y'all, at least the ones that I've encountered and from what I see, y'all trying to keep real conversations alive, you know, and through real conversations comes real change or something, or inspire somebody in some way. So I'm like, yo, I'm with that. All right, so I did cut him off.
No,
how you got there that night?
The only thing that I really want to know: are we going to at some point meet these two Caucasian men in the studio?
Yeah! Oh my God! Yes!
I'm like, whose agent and manager is this?
And the reason why I asked that is because I smell established credit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he is. They are. Actually, it's funny. It's funny. You know, I mean, since you brought it up.
Right.
Whose managers?
Why they? Because they white, they got money. No, just kidding. He got money. Don't front.
I see good.
But he said, Herby said, I see good here.
I saw their cars.
Actually, yes, they are kind of. Please, he be on TV on all the channels. I mean, this is his friend, so I don't know him. I can't speak, but I'm sure he's going to let us know who he is. But as far as my friend here, yes, I do know about. Oh, please, he's on television all the time, and on the news channels, and he's a political pundit, right? Commentator, yes. So he's always on. You could Google him. So yeah, so this is like small potatoes for him. He's usually in big lights, cameras, and action. You know, type of sceneries. But yeah, I'll bring him. You want to come and say hi? Come say hi. They're not comedians, but come say hi. We do have white people in the room, okay?
My card knows 116.
No white women, but we got white men.
You see what white privilege gets you? It gets you a spot, and you don't even need to be a comic.
And now the only
that's white
woman got to
privilege.
move out the way. Let me let this white man speak.
Oh my God. No, go ahead.
Here you go, sir.
Go ahead, speak it to the mic. Say hello.
No, it's great to hear. It's
You
great
don't have to
to
get up
be
from
here
the
and hear the
Don't
stories.
give up your seat, but let him get in. You still the host. You still the host. Damn, white people come in. You don't move out. We ain't gentrifying the place. All right, come on.
My life is really, it's all about serious and politics.
Yes, it is.
And what's going on in the world is really stressful. So I'm really interested in comedy just because I need I need something else, and it's like music that's like completely different. So I like to go and dance sometimes, and hear a really good DJ, and just gets me out of my world. So I'm really enjoying this conversation because it's so not my life.
Yeah.
It's a really nice,
really serious.
Really nice.
So what's your comment on this week's happenings with the president then?
I think it's dramatic. I'm really curious to hear how comedians are responding to it, because you were saying you can tell the truth or kind of put it in light.
Yeah.
I think I don't have anything to say except that it's like it's like theater.
It is. It very much is.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a circus act for sure.
It is. Yes.
And so how comedians are observing political theater. Right, and interpreting it their own way. That's what I'm really interested in, is to see how you read it.
Okay, but how you read it?
An alternative view.
How you read it, Cory? Well, do you even know what was going on this week? Were you paying attention?
The impeachment, or
well, yeah, that's part of it.
Where do we begin? I think is why we look this way. We're like,
how far back?
I guess this morning.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to know what y'all think. I'm not a comedian. I'm a crucial conversations person. I get just as serious as him in a heartbeat. So I mean, not that y'all not serious, but
clarify what you're speaking on.
Exactly.
The things that happened this week was Donald Trump and all of the whole situation was between last week and this week, right? A situation with him reaching out to the Ukraine, trying to get them to investigate Joe Biden and his son on some other bullshit. He's just making some shit up. He just trying to get help so he could win this next election and start muddying the waters like he did with Hillary. But my point is, so I'm asking you, what's you guys' take on it? I mean, it don't have to be funny, just what your take is on that. So they started impeachment, but you know that part.
Yeah, but I feel like once this thing actually plays out, he's not even going to be in office anymore, right? Or is it just so he doesn't get reelected again? Is that what it is?
Well, I don't think he's not going to really get impeached because the Republicans run the Senate, and you need the Senate to make it happen. But what I honestly, truthfully, from what I think is next is a fist fight. Everything.
I mean, it's
real.
a miracle that he has not been assassinated yet.
Or hit. Or
seriously.
They threw a boot at Bush back in the day.
Right.
I'm shocked ain't nobody spit in his face or do nothing. Nothing happened to this man. But in my mind, I think that's the last thing that's missing. Like from every other country, you see all the arguing and stuff. But what's the one thing that so far that we have matched that hasn't happened is a fist fight, right? Because them other countries, you see them, they fist fight right in the government. They
Yeah.
fist fighting. I'm like, that's the last thing. Like, we didn't see a fist fight. I don't think it's gonna be Donald Trump punk ass. But my point is, that's like seem to be like the last vestiges thing. I mean, last thing that hasn't happened.
No, but
as a physical altercation.
Yeah, no, but I was about to say, speaking of what you say, like, I don't think an impeachment's going to happen either. I kind of feel like he might win another one because he already cheated the first time. What's to say he's not going to cheat his way in again?
Yeah.
It wasn't fair from the beginning anyway, so I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
If you watch The Great Hack on Netflix,
So Audrey is speaking. They probably can't hear you. Shady? Oh, that's your name? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm calling government.
She said
Shady is
Shady.
speaking. I'll be corrected. Shady
with the ED.
Shady.
There we go.
Oh, I got it. I'm my bad.
I want you to think I'm shady.
Nah.
Shay
Please, I know you ain't. Nah, we good.
That shit. I got you. I'm following.
But so yeah.
Okay.
Let's let you speak real quick, and then because I Hope is back there in the back. She chilling doing her thing. But you leaving?
Yeah, I'm good.
We leaving.
Well,
It's all about the comedy.
But you gotta say
Excuse me,
bye.
sir.
You can't just leave.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity to be on your show. I've been
Not to us,
enjoying watching it.
to the people say.
he's such a
Crucial
professional.
Conversations and comedic minds.
Oh, right for knowing. Oh my God, that's my dude.
right.
Yikes.
That's my dude.
Excuse
Oh
me,
wait, we got
sir.
one more. We got one more. You don't want to? He said, no.
My car note is due on the 6th.
Sir,
I'm just trying to catch. I'm on
You
the
trying
my
to get a
God.
sugar daddy?
Oh my God.
Wait, friend. Who did you vote for?
Well, my car note's due on the 16th. It really doesn't.
Okay, it don't matter.
She said, "Hey, you heard what she said? She said, who did you vote for before we continue cheering for you?"
You don't gotta really answer it.
No. You don't have to tell us.
Seriously,
It's a joke.
It's okay.
For what, president? Last
Yeah.
Hillary?
I'm not
I
mad.
like
Yeah,
you.
me too.
I like you.
Yeah,
All
me
right,
too. I
I
voted for
fucked with you.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you really do. I know that's what you want to say.
Oh, you mean you actually voted for the person who won the election?
Yeah, she did win. It's true. All right, okay. We know she won. Come on now. She won over 3 million of the popular vote, which bugs him because that's what really matters to him. He want to be popular.
He not popular.
And that whole
Electoral college.
Yes, God, I'm going blank. That's all the cheat
Needs to
anyway.
go.
That need to go. I want that to go.
Need to
go. I want that to go. So
Yeah, I
bad.
think that is.
It would never happen because the South wouldn't let it.
Of course.
I think that's what's really to blame on how we got here. You know, I think, and it's happened before in the past. It's happened with other presidents too, where it went one way, but
It's always happened, and that's why the Electoral College is there. You know,
Yeah, because it's kind of like because then they know then the people have the real control. But even with that, I think it still has a long way to go before it's like actual real control, and it doesn't have to be tainted. You know, but it like all right, let's say like for instance, we do abolish the Electoral College. I feel like by now in this day and age, it should be electronic and digital and online too. Like
I don't trust that.
I don't either. Sorry,
but think about it. Think about it.
but it's not, and Russia
paper.
still
That's
hacked
what
it.
I don't trust.
I trust paper any day, and motherfuckers counting.
I trust.
Then I do a computer where motherfuckers hack from some across town.
I don't trust
and
America.
I'll be mad as hell. Then I'll go outside and burn some.
I mean,
shit.
what's the worst that's gonna happen? They're gonna do fraud like they do now. You know.
Yeah, but then we won't be able to at least prove who it came from. It's too many. What do you call it? These redirections, whatever. You can't see where it came from. At least I know who took my piece of paper.
Well, think about how many more. Think about how many more voters we would have if you could do it from your phone, as opposed to going to the polls.
Well, that's what they use to manipulate voters in general for him to win. Is basically Facebook.
I hope y'all can hear Shady talking.
Because she knows what's going on.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, Facebook. Oh God. Oh.
Right.
Y'all about to get me started.
I can't get on Facebook.
Me too. She done brought up Facebook. I'm about to get started. I saw it. I watched every. We gotta have a conversation.
The Great Hack.
Yes, we gonna have a conversation because I saw all that. Yes.
So going to what Cory was saying, where you would think that we would get to a point to where it could just be fair.
I hope that people can hear you.
We've got to a point.
Come up here. Come
on, girl.
Real quick.
She got
Hope we coming.
Right, because she
you all
has
right?
information.
Okay.
I'm just nodding along, like,
I'm-
yeah.
Because I don't know if they could hear. This is Shaded. Say who you are. Tell us about your podcast real quick, and then we can get back to.
I'm Shaded. I actually have an internet radio show that broadcasts every Saturday morning. 10 a.m. It's called The Morning After Show.
That's right.
Just to throw that out there real quick. But I don't want to take up too much of y'all time. We've been talking a bunch. Hopefully, I've got to get in here. So more than anything, a big thing that's huge is data. Basically, the points of data on each one of us when you click like on something, what you buy, what you watch, what you you know how you'll like something or think of something, and then it pops up on your feed. That part. So data has surpassed the value of oil. So we know oil they've been mining for oil since they had a whole show about it. Beverly Hillbillies, mine oil that came to Beverly.
Oh, Lord have mercy. She brought
that. So it's a thing. So now we've gone from oil is no longer the biggest commodity. Now it's people's data. And then what it is that data we don't have rules around laws. There's no laws of how data should be governed and whatnot. So data, what they're trying to argue is that data should be a part of human rights. You should not be able to just take our data and then be able to redirect it and be able to manipulate it.
So to add to that, all right, that very sentiment you just shared, I remember I wasn't in LA too long, and I remember I was still signed. And I was with a few of the other writers and producers that was part of the team, and we went to a CSAC event. You know what CSAC is? I'm a member of CSAC. And we were there, and they were talking about Instagram. I hadn't heard about Instagram. And they were like, "Oh, you should download it, you know, so we could share pictures, take pictures now." And I was like, "Okay," but as I was doing it, it kept, you have to read all these different things. And I stopped. I was like, "No, because I have to read it. We have to read it later." It's like, forget that. So I just hit okay.
Like we all do.
Like we all do. And then years later, I remember when that motherfucker who owned our Instagram sold my information and all of y'all's to Facebook to become a billionaire. And I was like, and we all gave him permission because we just hit accept, and gave him the rights to all of our information. And he just pretty much got us all to join the club and then took all of our personal information and said, look how valuable it is, and sold it to Zuckerberg.
Sold it to the CIA. The CIA has had information from Facebook.
But Facebook bought it from him.
2012,
They said so.
That's when
so the person speaking
was 2012. So there you go.
Louder.
So Facebook's owned by Zuckerberg.
Yes.
So when Zuckerberg bought Facebook, he already had a deal with the CIA to let the CIA tap into people's data. You guys know who Edward Snowden is?
Yes, of course. He in Russia.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, same with the Brexit.
Created the Heartbeat app, and that was not an app, but it was basically like.
Okay, I have a feeling that they can't hear you, the audience.
Hey, no worries.
I think this is great conversation, but I feel like it's not a great conversation if the viewers can only hear us and not you.
Speak on Edward Snowden then.
Yeah, but we will. But right now, I want to just do a transition because now we get into like politics and stuff. But just so you know, that's our social media manager right there. That's our digital media manager.
Thank you, Shaded.
So he's part of the crew here, and so you ain't still. You part of the fam. You part of the fam. So
I came up here to say my name, say how I'm doing.
Okay, I'm up here like I'm from Dallas.
I didn't know nothing. I just wanted to shoot my shot at this Caucasian man.
Oh my God, I can't believe this.
That's all I was here.
Oh my God.
But I'm glad to be here.
Bopping. Amen. Amen.
He married. You don't see his wedding day. He married.
Oh.
He married.
What that mean?
My God.
My car note is due on the 15th of every month.
Yes,
oh my God. That's part of his act. He tells some jokes. I heard. Did you tell some jokes when he says that?
We're not joking.
About Ben. I was very serious.
He's trying to calm the situation. That's all his jokes. Hey, don't you do a joke?
I'm like,
no, I don't have
no, but Jaylen not joking.
I'm dead serious.
But yeah.
All right, so before we transition, you remind me of Chili from TLC.
What?
You ever heard that before?
Never in my life.
I mean, I just met her a couple of times when I was in school. I used to go to.
Don't say that because she gonna tweet me and be like, "Sorry, she don't look like me." She doesn't
not look like, but you.
Sorry,
you
but we don't
remind me of her. You just do because I met her a bunch of times and I got to talk to her.
It's the edge.
That when you were talking, I was like, "Damn, she remind me of her."
That's funny.
But anyway, so all right,
I love it.
We about to transition.
Yes.
First, I want to say
Herbie, you sitting on my phone?
Thank you.
Shake.
Yeah, she was.
And do y'all have anything coming up, or and let them know where they can find you too?
Cory, come on.
Okay, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Hey I'm Ivana. That's at HeyImIvanna. I don't know. I guess maybe I'll be a last laugh if Herbie wants to bring me on. But yeah, okay, great. Yeah, no, I mean I got bills. Like I'm looking for a manager. Honestly, my work is at that point now where I need some help with that. So if anybody's looking to manage a dope ass chick like me, what's up? So yeah.
Right. Are you coming to the Comedy Minds comedy show?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
All right.
Yes.
You gonna join the competition? Maybe. She like, ooh. All right.
It is, and rent is due.
It is.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, even if you don't, I'd love to have you in the house.
Of course.
Definitely.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at JaylinWhiteLA.com. That's JaylinWhitela. And then I have a show on the 18th of this month at the Ice House Comedy Club in Pasadena.
Okay. Nice.
All right,
nice.
Pasadena. Thank you for coming. I really
Thank you for having me.
You.
Yes.
Thank you.
We should do Ivana.
Thank you. Ivana.
Oh, I said it right.
You had it right the first time.
Ivana.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank
really
you. This is amazing. All right, so we're going to...
Not on time. We got to keep talking.
They running
We need to get
still.
Hope in here, okay?
We can come back.
Yeah, you can always come back, and then before you
we ain't
leave,
going nowhere.
if we could like take a picture out there. Not right now. You about to leave? Hope about to come up here.
No, I just meant like right here, real quick.
Oh, come on! You want to take a picture right quick?
No.
Hope.
Okay.
You ready? Come on, Ivana. Oh my God, we're taking pictures on. That's all good.
She's up.
Yes, come on, Hollywood face.
Like we taking pictures on the air.
That's good.
We are.
Yes.
Thanks for coming through,
All right,
y'all.
guys. See you.
Thanks for coming.
All right, you guys out there. I think this is my camera, although I keep talking to the monitor. Thank you for staying tuned into Comedy Minds. Right now, we about to take it to the next level. Right now, about to welcome to the table Hope Flood. Hope Flood. Let's give her a hand of hope. Miss Hope Flood, did you bring any edibles or any drink? I mean, not for me.
I'm about to say she drinking right now.
No, I did not.
Yo, when I first heard,
I did not.
I heard about Hope's. What's the drink you make? What's the name of the drink?
It's called Mary J. Moonshine.
How I heard about her Mary Jane Moonshine before I even met her, and it's infamous.
Apply to you too.
Oh, Poetess is back. She said these motherfuckers keep
I
rapping
don't fuck with
my mic.
Poetess, okay? Whatever she say, you better do it, goddamn.
Yes.
A fucking hood chick right here. My ghetto friend right here.
Yes. And I just want to say thank you.
she
So, just so you guys out there in, I want to say TV land, but what? Internet land?
You on YouTube, nigga. Fuck.
Yeah,
What is you
YouTube
talking
land.
about?
YouTube.
TV. Fucking TV. You on the fucking YouTube. Your own channel, goddamn it. What the fuck is
Yeah,
you
on my
talking
own
about?
channel. That's right, Crucial Conversations TV. On that channel. That right there. So she has really been integral to, did I say the word right?
Ain't you got a master's degree?
I do, but English master's degree is business administration. I took a lot of math classes, management classes. The English classes not so much.
Okay.
But
okay, makes sense.
But listen, Hope has really taken me under her wing. When I wanted to take off with this venture here. The first thing was like, okay, so I'm going to the Laugh Factory and you coming with me. I was like, okay. I think at first I didn't quite understand till I went and sat through 2 shows that I was like, oh, I needed to be here. Mm-hmm. And my eyes started, as soon as I got there, we had an experience and I was like, oh, Hope, da-da-da-da. She was like, yeah. First, I know why female comedians have to be so tough. I know why Hope is the way she is, okay? When I came into those environments, I was like, ooh. And Hope don't pull no punches, don't play with none of them motherfuckers.
None
okay?
of them.
And at first I was like, oh, she being so mean. Hell no. Hell no. These comedians, they rough and tough. Rough and tough and all that stuff. And when it comes to being a woman, you got to be able to hold your own around the motherfuckers. I seen it.
It's just not that. It's just when your whole life has been this and you have paved the way for a lot of these comedians to be where they are. Things that I have earned in my 30 years in comedy. I have earned the right to be respected, and I've earned the right to be paid. Those things I have earned.
Yes.
I have started the whole BET boycott when they were only giving us $150 for 8 years. I was part of that, helping that. I do a convention every year to help comedians win in this game or whatever. So you don't come for me unless I call you. And that's just what it is. Okay?
All right.
That's what that is.
All right, for that. I ain't mad.
And everybody knows that about me, that I don't play.
I sense it. I don't
you
sense that when you walk into these spaces with Hope. At least I sense that when Hope, like, she carry a certain level of respect. Motherfuckers say hello, and then she ain't got no problem cursing the motherfucker out on the spot. I'm like, I'm like, I ain't mad though. I'm with her.
That's probably been my detriment though. It's probably had stopped me from getting a lot of stuff, but it's okay. I don't. It's all right.
Your ship is coming.
If I had a dick and two balls, it'd be different. They can accept that, but when a woman stands up, we a bitch, or we're being a diva, or whatever. But I deserve the same thing that the men get. I deserve to get a hotel room. I deserve in a nice place. I deserve to be picked up. I deserve to be paid. I deserve those things.
That's right.
Whatever. And so. And I demand those things. So, when promoters will call and they'll say, well, this, and that, I'm like, just go get, now I'm to the point where just go get them. I don't even care. I don't talk. I'm 53 now, so I don't care. I'm 30 years in this game. So I'm like, I don't care no more. You know what I'm saying? I always created my own opportunities, and I don't wait for nobody to give me shit.
That's right.
And, I'm on my Tyler Perry shit.
Yes.
Okay.
That's right.
And I've always been that person. I've always been an advocate for comedians because I want to see us win. People look at us like we a joke.
What, with the women comedians or comedians?
Comedians.
Yeah.
They look at us like we a joke. That call in the comedian to coon and be the buffoon and all that stuff. And what people don't realize is that it's an oxymoron, but we are some of the most serious people in the world.
Yes. I noticed that too.
Some of the most serious people in the world.
Very serious.
And you have to be highly intelligent to be a comedian.
You do.
These jokes don't write themselves. And you got to be intelligent and you have to watch the news and you have to be relevant and you have to be smart. And as women, I tell the female comedians all the time, we have to be 10 times smarter. We have to be funnier. We have to look better. We have to be on time. We have to get up there and we have to shine more than the men. We have to look good. We got to have our lipstick on. We got to have our makeup on. The guys can come. They can wear a T-shirt and jeans and a beat up whatever, and they still going to be funny. Everybody's going to be good. But let me do that. So what's she going through? What's wrong with her? Or, if you put two females on the show, it's an all-female show. Why I got to be that? Two guys on the show, y'all don't call that an all-male show. So those are the things that we have been fighting for, for female comedians and stuff. And it's been a hard thing. It's been hard, just being able to stand in the trenches for the culture and to try to make a difference. I started a convention 8 years ago, and I started it first for female comedians to help us to win. A black female comedian hadn't had a sitcom on a major network in her name since Thea Vidal, and that was 1997. Wow. 1997. And I was like, there's something wrong with that. What is wrong with that? Why? And so I created a group on Facebook called Females in Comedy Association, FICA. It's over 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 women in our group that are comedians, and we have these conversations and we talk about that, And so, like, when people like Monique stand for what she stands for, I fucks with Monique. She's my girl. She had to apologize to me because I started this fight 30 years ago with Comic View, and she told me then, she said, why are you fighting with them? That's the only thing we have. That's our only outlet. I said, because if we let them run over us now, it's only going to get worse. And it has gotten worse. It has gotten worse, or whatever. So she apologized to me publicly and saying, Hope told me this 25 years ago, that if we don't stand for this shit, we're going to get, and people do that. They don't want to pay us. The horror stories. Laura's got some stories. I got some stories 10 times worse than Laura's.
I can imagine. You got to come back.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can have a whole session.
Yeah, and it's just a lot of the things like, when you asked me to be a part of it, I was all for it. But at the end of the day, I have to start really at this age and being in this game so long, I have to do things, and I'm not saying this doesn't count, but I have to do things that is really going to move me totally forward to what I need to be doing at 30 years in the game. I did radio in Dallas. I was paid a lot of money to do radio in Dallas and stuff. So me running to do stuff for free is just not where I'm at in my life anymore. And it takes up too much of my time to do what I need to be doing, like selling weed and smoking weed.
Oh my God. I can't.
The important things. The high priority things. So right now, like even now, it's like I got to stop what I'm doing, but I'm behind because our website was supposed to launch on Friday because I'm doing my 8th annual Comics Rock convention, and it has to be perfect because people are looking at me with a fine-tooth comb. But it is an amazing event. It is 25 workshops and seminars. I took everything I've learned and did not learn in my 30 years of comedy, and I put them in workshops and seminars to help comedians win.
When is it?
It's April 2020. 2020. And so basically it's workshops, it's seminars. Comedians come from all over the country. And the reason I'm doing it, God put it on my heart to educate us so comedians don't have to spin their wheels for 20 and 30 years like we have. Yeah. Because there are other talents in us. At the end of the day, we're all not going to be famous. We're all not going to be Kevin Hart. We're all not going to be Kat. We're all not going to be that. But you have other things in you that you could be doing. Yeah. And out of the convention, comedians have birthed podcasts and radio shows and one woman and one man shows and they so everything. Voiceovers. You want to learn how to punch your material. You want to do warm up. You want to pitch your ideas. I teach a class on the business of comedy, and that's contracts and just your business and things like that. I have somebody that comes in and teach about social media, how to make 6 figures on Facebook, because you need to be making money while you're chasing your dream.
Yeah, yes, very much.
It
takes money to make money.
It takes money to make money. And so I created this event, and, comedians come and they trust me. They come from all over the world. Some people had never even been on a plane before to come to California, to LA, and they get to work on stages that they couldn't walk in and get in these clubs on their own. So I use my influence and my celebrity to put these showcases together that industry people can come, or just so they can get their feet wet, because they have to come to LA in order to get somewhere. Nobody's coming to any little town to get them or anything like that. It's here. And so that's what I've been working on and everything. So I was like, I have to stop because I have to come to the podcast because I have to be here or whatever. And we're almost finished because we got to launch tomorrow and everything. Okay. Yeah, we got to launch tomorrow because comedians are trying to register. So I'm doing early comics registration. It's $249 for 25 workshops and seminars, and the first 10 comedians that register get to go on a tour date with me. Okay. Yeah. So
all right.
Yeah, so,
y'all heard that, right?
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So the site. Yes. So it's comicsrockconvention.com.
Yes.
It'll be up sometime tomorrow, and that's my Tyler Perry moment. That's my giving back. I see what he does, and I'm like, God, I see what Tiffany is doing, and I'm like, God, I can't wait to be in the position to really do it big for comics that I know are deserving. I travel all over the world. I see some of the funniest comedians in the world, and we don't have a platform like we used to have Comic View and everything. We don't have that anymore. We don't have a Def Jam. We don't have Comedy Central. We don't have those shows anymore, and I did Comic View for 10 years straight. I had a 1-hour special, and that's what helped me. Thank you very much. Yes. And that's what helped me. And I see these comedians, I'm like, God, if they just had an outlet, to be able to be seen and that exposure. Yeah. And what Tiffany did for the girls and stuff is that's the stuff I want to do. That's the stuff I've done. That's what I've done for Flame, who was my good girlfriend, boyfriend, and girlfriend.
I met Flame.
And stuff. We talk every single day. Yeah. And those are the things I kept Flame out there in the forefront. He would host my comedy convention shows, and I've always wanted to do stuff with him because I told him I just feel like Hollywood does not know what to do with you. And now that we have the LGBTQIMLP PTSDSSTTLQ, all right, y'all done got all the colors of the rainbows and all the motherfucking letters of the alphabet. God damn it, God, the fuck and stuff or whatever. And so I was like, I don't know, Hollywood is scared of you. But now with Laverne Cox and everything and all with the LGBT community and the transgender community coming out, this is his time.
Janet Mock and all
this is his time. And I'm so happy for him that he's getting this opportunity, and everything he does, he brings me in. He's like, hope I got you because you were there for me. I mean, when nigga needed $30, I on the road, I pull over and put $30 on his net spend card. You know? I'm the comedian that goes sees the sick and shut in other comedians around the country and things like that, because I love comedians. I love our struggle. I love our stories. I love what I do. I love to make people laugh. And I tell comedians all the time, we are ministers of laughter. It's like people go to church to hear the word. And you go to church, you got to hear somebody, they got to play my favorite song. The pastor need to say something to me, you know, in order for me, I got to hear it, God, you know, whatever. And I believe that's our job. And when people come into the comedy club, they are hurting and they need to laugh, because at the end of the day, ain't shit funny right now.
That's the truth.
Ain't shit funny. And it's hard for us, but we continue to do it. Week after week, day after day, we get on stage and we make people forget about their worries and their troubles for that hour. So I charge every single comedian that when you get on that stage and you touch that mic, you are healing somebody and you are helping somebody. And that came to me years ago. I was doing a show, or every time I say I'm going to quit, every time I'm quitting, I'm over it. God, show me a sign. Give me a sign, God. Just give me a sign. I'm at the club. I used to host a townhouse for 7 years. We groomed comedians there. I started comedians at the townhouse. It was the hottest room in the country, and for 7 years. And a lady came up to me after the show, and she says, you know, today was my birthday. And I, oh, happy birthday. She said, no, listen, really. She said, nobody called me and remembered my birthday. This was before Facebook and all that shit. And she says, I figured I'd get dressed, I'd come to the comedy show. And she says, after the show, I was going to go home and kill myself. At that point, I just cried, because that was my moment that God said, and this is why you do it. It's for the people. People are hurting. And she said, well, what you guys did, you got up there and you talked about your pain and you talked about your life and you talked about what you did. And then she said, it made me feel like whatever I was going through ain't that serious, because other people are going through it as well. And it ain't worthy of me taking my life. And so that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me moving, you know, whatever. I'm really the last person in my group to not have blown up. I'm the last one. And I always say, God, what happened? What did I do? What have I did wrong? What am I doing wrong? And I see all my peers, but you know, the word says the first shall be the last and the last shall be the first and everything. And at the end of the day, I ain't giving up. Because what else am I do? I'm 30 years in this game. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Because I often have the same feeling about myself. I mean, I went to Clark Atlanta University and then I transferred to Morehouse. During that time, I literally we know, does anybody in the room know who Brian Michael Cox is? Like we joined the choir together. We started together at Clark Atlanta University, and it's a slew of other people that I know that they just went on to. And I say sometimes, like, what happened to me? What happened? Like, I got just as much talent. You know, like, what happened to me? What choices did I not make that were not right, did not correct, or what did I do wrong? And I just had to, I know for me, I just had to keep telling myself, well, that's not your journey, that's theirs, mine is different. And maybe I don't like it sometimes, but I try to tell myself to accept it. My purpose on this earth was to inspire somebody else to do something great, not for me to do it myself.
But is that something we tell ourselves?
Well, I want to still be there to do something great.
Right. So is that something we tell ourselves, that we talk ourselves into? It's almost like, I want this type of man or I want this type of woman. But as the time goes on, you start settling and you start settling and you start settling and you start settling and you know this is not who you really want, but you start settling as you get older. You don't want to be alone. grown, you're getting older, you're getting fatter, you're getting this, you're getting whatever, and then you just start talking yourselves, because if you say something long enough, you tend to start believing it. You know, is that because why are you not deserving? Why am I not deserving? Why is Cory not deserving? And I know he's working and doing things, but he should be bigger, and I should be bigger, and we should be bigger than what we are. And so what is it that, you know, what is it? And they say you shouldn't question God, but I ask questions all the time because he's my father, and I should be able to ask my father questions.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Lord, y'all can't see the people in the they about to break down.
Like, don't question God thing came from the congregation. I don't think God ever said that.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, because he's my father. Why can't I ask my father?
Yeah, and I feel like he shows you what he's trying to do over time, and through different things. So I think that's just people like don't question what's happening. Right. God's just on the way, and it's like, no, I have a right to be like, what the fuck is going on?
Right. I'm out here.
I do that all the time myself. Break down the ass.
Best to be a shithead.
Right.
Yeah.
And gets it.
And it seems like
But
like
a lot of
prospering.
But they're not really prospering because they're not using their money for kingdom building. They're not using their money to do what the work and what is need to be done, like Tyler Perry is doing and stuff and everything. So the Bible says that they will give the money to the unwise because they just gonna throw it to the wind or whatever. And so that's what people do. I know what my money is for. I know what I'm gonna do with my money. I know what mine is for and stuff. And so the devil fights that and fights me, you know, on that because I want to do like Tyler. I want to do those kinds of things.
Yes.
For us, you know, whatever. You know. Yeah, you know, I wasn't even there, and I felt like I was right there with him. Yes, and I'm like, wow, you know, and maybe
it's almost like when y'all making it sound like, well, I mean, like when Barack won, I was like, we won. Y'all, I didn't see the Tyler Perry studios.
It's all on Facebook.
I'm dying to go look.
You'll see it.
But y'all giving me that time and that kind of nostalgia, like damn, like we made it. Did we move to the next level?
Well, we did and we didn't.
It's a Confederate base. What he built.
Oh, where he built? Yeah, where he built.
It's like what it said. 3.9 million slaves were enslaved on that property that he bought.
And now one black man
owns the whole thing.
That's an inspiration.
And he slept in his car. He said it took him 28 years to get just right here. You know, so it's about getting up and showing up and knowing that, you know, God got your back, and that, you know, one time I said, God, you said that you would give me the desires of my heart. And he said back to me, you know, you hate when you ask God something, he give you back an answer you don't want to hear, and you ask him again. He said, I said, God, you said you would give me the desires of my heart. And he said, yes, but not of your flesh. Oh. I didn't want to hear that. I didn't want to hear that. He said, not of your flesh. And I did not want to hear that. And I was like, well, God, what is that? What does that mean? What does that mean? Because I'm offering my life as a living sacrifice to do the right thing, not just by me, but my other people and my family. I'm trying to leave a legacy for my son and my grandchildren and things. And this is the thing that I love to do. I love telling jokes. I love healing people. I love it. And Linnell, my bestie, said it best. You have to love this so much that if you couldn't do it, you'd rather die. That's how much you have to love anything that you're doing. So much that if you couldn't do it, you would rather die. I think that's what happened to Pac. When they told him he was going to take a lung, I think he was just like, just kill me. Just let me die. Because now I can't say what I need to say. I can't be who I am because now you're stripping me and taking me from what I was destined to be and do. And so I believe that a lot of times and stuff. So it ain't over. This ain't over. I'm just getting started.
It ain't over. I thought y'all didn't like the beat.
It ain't over.
The party's not over.
Okay.
Jam. Look at all the young motherfuckers in here like, what the fuck is he doing?
No, I know.
The DJ knows. Ooh, jam.
You know.
Yo, you over here preaching.
It's true. You really, I mean, and it comes with anything you do. You got to love it when you're an artist, entertainment, whatever, because you deal with so much rejection.
So many no's.
And if you don't love it, you're gonna crumble. It's the love that pushes you through all of that.
It's the love of the fans and the laughter, and that's why it's so important that when you do your shows and stuff, like I'm the person that goes into the show and I'll be like, okay, you need to set the spotlight. Where is the spotlight? This needs to be here and this and that, because I know what it needs to look like in order for us to be successful. Comedy is very intimate. It's a very intimate thing. Right. You can listen to music and not have to look. You can look at a play, but comedy, if the lighting isn't right, you can't see our facial expressions. If the mic is messed up and you can't hear the setup, you're not going to get the punchline. So all of these things are very crucial to us being successful as comedians and stuff. And people just throw shows together, thinking that, I don't know what they think or whatever, but they don't, but they don't understand that in order for us to be successful, this microphone has to be right. This lighting has to be right. This stage has to be right. These people have to come in here and they have to be right, especially working black clubs, because black people walk into the comedy club already with attitude. 2 drinks, $10. This bitch better be funny. They already mad walking to their hand up. You
ever invite somebody from the hood that's never been to a comedy show? They get their 1 drink and it's a 2-drink minimum. So the waitress comes back and asks my friend, and he's like, no, I'm good. And she's like, no, you need to order another one. He's like, no, I don't need to order another one. You don't need to tell me.
And then I'm here with Cory. Then put your name all out there.
And I'm like, no, it's a 2-drink minimum.
Right.
Like, what's that? Just get another one, please.
Let me look up minimum.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God.
But
go ahead.
I actually, when I first moved here 4 years ago, I went to Hope's Comedy Festival.
Okay.
Yep. And it's off the chain.
Yeah.
Just think about like a movie festival, how you got the screenings at night, then you got the seminars in the day, and everybody's running around different venues and networking, and just like that, but for comedians.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And it was off the chain. I got to
coming to the next one. Do I have to be? I can get in.
No, because you know what? Actually, the workshops.
Okay, Paul, it's gonna come out here.
I know she ain't looking. And she ain't looking. Actually, the workshops and seminars are for anybody in business. People need social media. A lot of the classes are for anybody that needs business. I've had people sit in and be like, this really helped my business. This really helped me, whatever. And you said you met who?
I met Dick Gregory before he passed away.
I brought Dick Gregory. Wow. That probably was the last time he spoke live, is when I brought him to the Mavericks Flat in 2015, and all of Black Hollywood came out. Richard Roundtree, Warren, what was his? Felton Perry, Michael Warren from NYPD Blues. All of them came out, and he spoke for 4 hours.
Dick Gregory did?
Yes, he did. He spoke for 4 hours.
And then that was shortly before he passed, too.
Yeah, he passed like a year later.
Yeah.
2 years later. He even performed and everything. So that's the kind of stuff I'm doing. And I do it with no sponsors or whatever. Yeah. I keep the price low for the comedians because I know they ain't got money. I know they don't have money and everything, so I do it around tax time. So I strategically do it. I strategically do it. I'd have a laugh away plan where they could put money down.
Did you say laugh away plan?
I'm gonna use
that. I would say I got a laugh away plan.
I got a laugh away plan where you can put money down and pay on it until you pay it off. Exactly, whatever it is, because it's not about the money for me. And people think, they start counting my coins and you got 150 comedians at 200. But when you come, you see all that I put into it. I feed you, and the workshops and the seminars, the party bus, the I pay everybody who does a class. I pay everybody. I don't want nobody doing nothing for free, because then you're gonna call and ask me to do some shit for free and stuff or whatever, and I'll be like, no and stuff. So I pay everybody that come, because at the end of the day, it's time. You can get money, food, clothes, shelter, but you cannot get time back, and you have to stop letting people waste your time. Time that you could be doing whatever else you could be doing. Time that you could be fucking sleep and regenerating your body so you can do what you need to do and get up. And I listen to my body now. I'm older now. I used to run, but
I'm with you.
I gotta go. I gotta go home and go to bed. And I just lay around. Like yesterday, I got into bed at 5:00. I didn't wake up till midnight. I was just that tired. I had been traveling. I had to lay my boy to rest. One of my friends from like 13 years old passed away. So I was Fresno, working at the casino, 2 shows, and me and my assistant got up that next morning at 5 o'clock. I said, I have to drive back. I got to put my boy to rest. And so we drove back. I went to a funeral. I did a set that night, whatever. I'm still out here grinding because it is a grind and will always be a grind. I think even when you get to the level Kevin Hart, they're grinding. They're just on another level of the grind. Of course, yeah. Whatever. Tiffany is grinding. Yes. It's hard for me to get in touch with my little sister now. You know what I'm saying? But she'll text every now and then, girl, we doing. Anyway, we got it going on, and I'm so proud of her, and I'm proud of any other female comedians that are still out here doing it, because especially Lunel, 60 years old. She just got back from Africa. She's got a residency every Sunday at the Jimmy Kimmel Comedy Club in Las Vegas, the first black female to ever have it.
I think she announced that at your birthday celebration.
And I went to opening night. I surprised her because she surprised me for my birthday. So I in turn went into Vegas and surprised her. I was not. But she inspires me to want to win. She inspires me to keep moving. And like Nip said, if you ain't the people around you, the 50th law, 50 said it, you're only as good as the 5 people you hang around. And if you're not hanging around, Nip said, if you ain't hanging around people that are inspiring you, then you in a cage. And people have to be inspirational in your life. I don't deal with negative people. Don't call me. If I see that call, I'll be like, I ain't answering that. I don't want to hear that shit today. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever.
Yes, that's true.
I can't. My spirit. You have to guard your spirit. Even the things that you watch on television and things like that. Like I'm having an issue.
I can't give up my junk food for the mind, reality TV shows like
I can't stand those reality. I can't stand that.
I gotta have a little bit of it sometimes.
I'll go over Lunel's watch. She'll record all of them. I want them people talk at the movies and talk at the shows. She hates it. She can't stand it. And I'll go and I'll watch it with her. And I'll be like, so what happened with this? Shut up. What happened? What they doing? What they doing? And stuff. So I mean, for recreational, but I just feel like.
Just not regularly.
It's just trash.
It is. It can consume.
A lot of these shows are just trash.
They are. Very much. Like I love 90 Day Fiance. Shout out to TLC. I'm in love with that show. You ever seen that show?
I have watched it.
Woo! 90 Day Fiance. Then they got 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days.
Yeah.
After the 90 days. I love all of it. I'm all in.
They should have after 50 and single. You be like the first time he leave, be like, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. Go on there. See, when you get old, that's why they got young people on there. With them kids, they like 25.
A lot of them are young.
Put a 50-year-old motherfucker on there like me. Soon as he leave, be like, nigga, bye. I don't give a fuck. Go. Fuck on. I don't give a fuck about you. Shit. I watched it one time. I said, they need to come up with 50 plus.
Oh, yeah?
It'll be a whole different narrative. Okay? Be like, give a fuck. You doing what? Me too. Motherfucker. Okay, you going to the club? Fine. Okay, go. Bye. I'm going to the spa. Shit. I gotta pee. Shit. Okay? Give a fuck.
Oh my God!
What was you gonna say, Cory?
Are there any shows that you're currently?
I didn't forget about you. What?
Are there any shows that you're currently hooked on?
When I do watch TV, I'm not even a big TV watcher. I never have from a child.
Really?
No, I never was a big TV watcher. I'm an outside person. I'm a Cancer, so I'm an outside person and stuff. My mother only thing she could punish me with was not let me go outside. But my brother was a TV watcher and stuff, and everything. But I never. But I'll binge watch. I have The Rookie. I like this show called The Rookie. Of course, I like my Scandal, my Empire. My How to Get Away with Murder.
I love that show.
Yeah, because I wanted to be a lawyer. I got into Power and then I got out of it, but I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna have to start all over.
Is it really good?
It is really good, and I'm gonna have to start all over with it. There's this other show called A Million Little Things.
Oh, what's that about?
Such a good
let me text
show.
myself.
It's about friendship.
A Million Little Things.
It's like This Is Us. It's like This Is Us.
Really?
It's like This Is Us. The writing is amazing. Of course, I like my Big Bang Theory, and what else do I binge watch sometimes? There's another show called Single Parents. I like that show, and
where have I been? I ain't heard of them.
Yeah, these are new shows and stuff that are on. I'll watch some of them, but more oftentimes the TV watches me most of the time. I'll be passed out smoking a blunt and stuff, eating smoking on CBD or some shit or whatever. Hit my website highhopes.biz. For all your cannabis and CBD needs.
Lord,
no, I don't sell weed. We are healers, not dealers. That's our slogan. That's our slogan. We are healers, not dealers.
I don't eat edibles or take anything like that, but I like to showcase some of the product here.
I will. I'm making a lot of stuff now. I'm working.
I offer it to the guests.
Okay, great. I'm working on and educating myself on the benefits of CBD, because I was missing out on a lot of customers because I was just pushing THC. But there's a lot of people who have jobs where they can't have THC or they just don't want to be high. And so I had to educate myself on the benefits of CBD, which it does the same thing as THC. You just don't get high. You do feel euphoric because we're so used to dealing with pain. We don't know what it's like to not be in pain. Wow. And that is what CBD does. It deals with your anxiety, your trauma, your restlessness, your sleeplessness, your trauma, which could be a car accident, it could be PTSD, it could be molestation, it could be rape, it could be any of that causes trauma. That's what CBD does. But THC, tetrahydrocannabinoid.
All right, for now.
Tetrahydrocannabinoid. CBD stands for cannabinoid, and we have cannabinoid reflectors already in our body. So what it does when you do ingest CBD, it connects with those reflectors and deal with whatever you're dealing with. Right. So like me, when I take CBD, it puts me to sleep because I have sleep apnea, so I'm already sleep deprived. Mm-hmm. So it just puts me right on down and gives me a good rest. Right. But THC, tetrahydrocannabinoid, is what gets you high and has the euphoric feeling. In order to heal cancer, the two have to work together. You cannot heal cancer without THC. You cannot, or whatever. So I'm finding out, people say, I took CBD and it didn't work. It's just like prescription drugs where they'll start you off on a low dosage. But sometimes dealing on whatever it is, you might need 1,000 milligrams of CBD. You might need 5,000 milligrams. It just depends on what you're dealing with, whatever. So that's what I'm trying to educate our people on, the benefits of cannabis and CBD, and that it's been around 100,000 years, and that Jesus used it in the Bible to heal people, and it was mostly indica, because indica is what heals, what does a lot of the healing. And when he made the salve to make the blind man see, that was an indica. That salve had indica in it and everything. So there's about 12 scriptures.
What passages say that?
The 12 scriptures in the Bible. If you go to my website, I have all of those, five of those scriptures. I have 5 of those scriptures on there. It was called cannibalism or strange plant. Wow. So whenever you see that in the Bible, that's what they were talking about and everything. And they outlawed it, abandoned it for many, many years. But the Indians used it. That was what the peace pipes was. The Romans smoked it and everything. It's been around, and it's a healer. Prescription drugs is never going to heal you. That's right. Never.
God gave us everything we need, right?
Right in the earth. And
I agree with that.
Man is killing the earth. And man is...
we are ruining it.
And just the things that are going on in the world with us today as a people, I don't understand why we are why we are the most hated race on the earth.
Black people?
I think they're not going to be satisfied until they kill us all. Until they kill us all. And we fight back. All this forgiving. I don't know where we think as Christians we supposed to be this goddamn forgiving. I ain't that forgiving.
Now you're talking about the boy that
I'm not God.
hugged the police officer.
I'm not God.
Even me, I was like, hell no.
I'm not God. You can't take. I got brothers. You can't take my brothers.
I know you white. I don't want to offend you, but fuck that.
Okay.
If anything, God forbid, happened to me, like happened to Rodney King or Trayvon, brother, like I ain't gonna be let there be peace. I'm gonna be like, tear this motherfucker up. That's just me. I ain't let there be peace.
It needs to be all of us.
Yes.
We need to be doing something, but every time we try to do something, look what the boy who came forward. They didn't kill him. The key witness.
That's to send a message to anybody else.
Black people don't go to jury duty because we don't think it's going to make a difference.
Yeah, but
we are constantly getting out of jury duty and then we was like, well, he didn't have a jury of his peers because we try to get out of jury duty.
Yes, I always tell.
We have to go to jury duty.
Yes, you have to go. I always tell black people. They always talking about, I'm not going to trying to get out of it. Yes. Excuse me. And then God forbid you get in trouble, you're going to be like, there's nobody look like me because your ass didn't go. And everybody's trying to get out. All the other people making sure they go there to make sure they represent and get a say on somebody's. all the black people trying to get
out of jury duty.
You supposed to get your ass in there.
My girlfriend brought it to my.
They won't pick you. Because my mama goes every time.
And they won't pick her.
They won't pick you, yeah.
And they never pick her.
Because
a lot of
tell her
times
to go in there like she don't want to be picked. And
right,
pick her.
that's what you do.
But like
She's
my girlfriend, she worked for Tavis Smile, and I was looking for her one day because I wanted Tavis to do something for me. I was like, girl, where you at? His offices are down the street. And I said, where were you? She said, I was at jury duty. And she said, they were trying to convict a man, to put him in jail for life, a brother, for some stuff that only hood we would know. It was hood shit. Only stuff that we would know in the hood, why he did what he did. Yeah. But they were trying to, because she was the only black person there. Because you got some Hispanic people that are third and fourth generation. They got their houses and cars and they got their corporate jobs. They think they white.
They're white, yeah.
They think they white and stuff. And they trying to, so now we got the whites against us. We got the Asians against us. We got the Hispanics against us. We got the Vietnamese. We got we got us against us. So. You know what I'm saying? So we got everybody against us. And it is just, even when you're trying to make a difference, like Nipsey, they killed Nipsey. They assassinated him because that corner right there of Slauson and Crenshaw is prime real estate. Right. And they are trying to get all of us from over here because all of the colonizers are trying to move back in and move us out.
Colonizers. Oh, my God.
Move us out and move them back. They trying to move back in. So they moving us out or whatever. Me and Lunel on Santa Rosalia, the jungle. If anybody knows the jungle, you have to have a 750 FICO score to live in the. You have to have a 750 FICO score to live in the jungle now, and everything. Me and her coming from the club one night, 2:00 in the morning, Santa Rosalia. We drunk and high, and two white girls jogging with a dog at 2:00.
Oh, when you see that, you know gentrification.
I said,
yo, they do that in Bed-Stuy. When I started seeing white people walking 2-3 in the morning. I was like, oh,
and I had to pull over.
They moving we out.
I had to pull over because I said, I do not want to hear about their ass on the news. I pulled over. I said, what are y'all doing? They haven't finished gentrifying this area. They ain't finished. But come to find out, a lot of them are undercover police. And they're trying to find the riffraff so they can get them out of there.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of them are police.
Well, that's a nice strategy. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, and everything.
I saw somebody rolling a bike on Rimpall, rolling their dog. I said...
Yeah, I'm from that area. I went to school over there. Yeah,
it's so funny. You know where you at.
Yeah, I was in I'm from Inglewood. I was over there. I was from Inglewood, and I was over there looking at an apartment years ago. An Asian woman. I said, "What are you doing over here?" She said, "Inglewood's the new West Side." I text my brother. I said, "Inglewood, the new West Side."
Did you watch Insecure? And then the girl said, they said, "Welcome to Iwood." I said, "Bitch, where?
Where is Iwood?"
What's Iwood?
That's the new name for Inglewood. They don't call it Inglewood no more. What? It's Iwood. But she said it's close to the airport. It's centrally located. Yeah. You know, the stadium is coming there. The mayor had to come in and stuff because they don't have rent control. People was trying to raise the rent from $1,500 to $3,000 to get people out.
Yeah,
he had to step in. The one thing he did right, Mayor Butts. Anyway, and everything, and and so. Us having a black president, like when Pac said, my favorite Pac song is I See No Changes. And he said, they get scared when they see you with your mobile phone and they, black president. I was like, Pac, we got our president. I knew Pac and everything. And, one of the things he told me was to always be yourself. They're not going to like you anyway. So just be you. Yeah, that's
very true.
Just be you.
I agree. I agree with that statement.
Mm-hmm.
You said something earlier. Now, it's been my experience since I've been in California, and I went to school in the South. I'm from the East Coast, and it's been my experience that California has been, the most racist place I've ever lived.
No, the South is.
No, not to me, but I'm going to tell you why I feel that way. I feel that way because on the East Coast and even down South, I felt more racism just from white people. Yes, you get other ethnicities here and there, but mainly it's more of a unified feel. We're here, he Puerto Rican, and the way we connect and respond, I feel like he's my brother. I forgot he was even Puerto Rican. I had to ask you. I was like,
but see, that comes from living in New York on the East Coast because they y'all live in a neighborhood where it's a melting
ain't brothers, pot. And they treat me like you the other. I'm back home, I get my hair cut by Latinos. I went to the Latino barbershop around here. That's when the Guatemalans let me know who the fuck they was. They ain't Dominican, they ain't Latinos, they ain't the Latino you used to. And they made me feel like I could have swore I walked into an all-white establishment. The way they was treating me, the way they was looking at me, the aura was like, you don't belong here. And I sensed that I live. Well, I don't want to tell where I live on air, but I live in an area where I'm like, oh my God, these people make me feel like I don't belong here, that's when I noticed like everybody is racist against everybody else. That's why I feel like it's the most racist place, except the one common denominator is, and I think it's based on color.
The right word is not racist because a racist, the definition of a racist. No, a definition of a racist is a group of people that can hold another race down and stuff. And we could never be racist as black people because we ain't got our shit together to hold another race down or whatever. So prejudice is what you really want to say.
Prejudice,
or a bigot. Nobody wants to use the word bigot, but prejudice or a bigot is what it is.
I can roll with that. Now, but I feel like the common denominator really is because America and white America has done an amazingly astounding job with advertising and imaging and imagery. You know what I'm saying? And people outside of this country and Asia and all that, and like the communist countries where things are censored, they only see movies, like some movies that they see. And image is very important because every time you see a black person, it took us the longest not to be the first one killed. You know, it took us the longest not to be the ghetto one on the screen, to be a lead in the screen. But these are things that they indoctrinated with overseas.
Well,
and it's colorism, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but not only that, when you see, and it's like the first black general or the first black, we still saying that in almost 2020? We still the first black to do this or the discrimination like the gymnast girl because she could do some extra shit. Or the one who she got a body and her thing was in there, they want to disqualify her. Or let's talk about the transgenders who are trying to, you a man, but you don't want to identify as a woman, but you still have the strength of a man, but you want to be in a category as a woman. You should not be.
Okay, I agree with you on that.
You should not be.
Although I bet you $1 million. This going to get, let this get out, we going to get hate mail. And I have friends, I have friends who are transgender. No, I have friends that are transgender, and I know I wouldn't dare say that in their presence. But a
lot of them feel the same way.
But I do believe that. You cannot.
You are still a man.
Yeah, biologically.
I don't care how many hormones you take. I don't give a fuck. I don't even care if you cut the shit off or whatever. Well, anatomy-wise, you are still a man.
Right. Naturally.
Your strength.
And I feel like you cannot compete in a woman's... If you are a transgender
of course you're going to beat the hell out of her.
You can't do it. Now, some of them, some transgender men, not all are muscular or some are just as feminine built. But I feel like there should be some measure on that. Like you can't have a certain amount of muscle tone.
Like Flame. Like Flame. Flame is, Flame, when he gets himself together, he dressed like a girl and this and that. He take, hormones sometime. When I moved to Long Beach, I was hooked on Offer Up. I got all my shit on Offer Up. I had Flame dragging couches and shit or whatever. And he was like, I'm your good girlfriend. I said, bitch, you still a man. Okay? Pick up this goddamn mattress.
See Flame, if you haven't seen him, out there, if you haven't seen Flame Monroe, look at my Flame Monroe. You'll see him. I'm sure you will see him in drag and perform. He considers himself transgender, I believe, right? Yeah. And he looks very feminine, but he take all that shit off.
Yeah, he even from Chicago.
Yes, he is. He even talks about it in his stand-up.
Yes,
he was like, shit, I went up to that school, and I was like, he's like, when I wake up,
he's
I
got
don't
3
look
biological kids.
Yes, he has 3 children.
Beautiful kids. He's an amazing father. Yeah, you'll meet him and everything. And he has 3. This is the funny thing. He has 3. He has 3 biological children by a stud lesbian. So every day I call him and I say, "Now explain it to me again."
You got 2. Yeah, that's so funny.
Explain this to me again. How did this work?
Yeah.
I said, but the studs want a little dick sometime too.
I can't.
You're greedy motherfuckers. That's what you are. You're greedy motherfuckers. Pick a side. He
talks about this in his show as part of his show. A lot of comedians, you guys talk about your life.
That's it.
And he
we
talks
talk about our lives.
And the shit is... It's not just funny, it's just really super interesting too, because a lot of people never heard nothing like that before. Like Cory's like dead quiet right now. He's like, what the fuck?
No, I saw Flame on I know him personally, and I saw him on Tiffany's thing, and I love that. I ain't gonna lie, like it made me tear up. Flame said. It really did. It made me tear up.
It's a milestone.
Yeah.
Because culture.
Like, he was so good. That's what I liked about it.
I was there. I was right there, front row center.
Yeah.
And everything. And even with Tiffany. Tiffany is just an amazing person. And she took a pay cut so all of those girls could get paid really very well.
Yeah.
And
I'm here for her and Kevin Hart. Because Kevin Hart is allowing her to do a lot more too. Isn't he like producing some stuff where he has some stuff? I know he has a production company and he kind of helps out other comedians.
Tiffany don't need Kevin.
Okay, I don't know. I thought they were kind of working together on something.
No, they done some movies together and this and that, but Tiffany was already on her way. Yeah. Whatever. It's just she needed that breakout role, whatever, and that catapulted her to the next level.
That was one,
or whatever.
too.
But she don't. I mean, I'm not saying she don't fuck with him, but she don't need him. She's got so much work. People want to work with her left and right because she's a pleasure. She's a really sweet girl. She's still humble.
Yes, she is.
Whatever.
And
she's very nice and sweet, and she's grounded. So, ain't no
grounded.
Hollywood in her, per se. I mean, anybody bring chicken wings in her purse to the Met Gala? Yeah, how much gooder can you get?
I can't do it.
The same thing like what Kev said when he blew up was that people were calling him an overnight success and they don't know how long he been doing it. Same thing with Tiffany.
No,
Tiffany
30,
been grinding
20
for
years
a while now.
20 years in the business.
You know what made me realize what you just said? Def Comedy Jam had a 25-year like show.
25.
It's like this show, and I saw it, which you were on a whole bunch of times.
I was.
I was like, I think you was only 4 or 5 times. I was counting. I was like, damn, Hope is on it because they kept showing clips of Def Comedy Jam and all these different things, giving honor to people. And I saw Dave Chappelle. And I was like, that motherfucker been around forever.
16.
He was a kid.
Doing comedy
on
since
Def
he was
Comedy
16.
Jam, being loud, it's little skinny. So I was like, oh
16.
my God, he been around forever. And you just assume these people just, they've been around forever.
16, 17 years. So that's why when people come, and they think that they're going to jump over, these people that's been here, you not. And like I tell comedians at the convention a lot of times, this is not a sprint. This is a marathon. And you don't want, you 12 to you 13, you 13 to you 14. You don't jump from 14 to 20. You don't want to. You have to mature in this game because Hollywood is very unforgiving. And you fuck up and they're very unforgiving and stuff. And you want to learn this business and you want to make the mistakes early. So when you do get to that next level, you know what to do and you don't make the same mistakes or those immature mistakes and stuff from blowing up too fast. Because you can get it too fast and lose it. I've seen people get it too fast, not know what to do with it, get the big head. Couldn't nobody tell them. Monique says that a lot of times, how she got in and she was feeling herself and how they were telling her this and that and everything, and she believed it, and she alienated herself from her son, her family, because she thought she was all that, and one thing about God, he is the biggest comedian actually, and he is the funniest ever, and you think that you doing something and he's just like, you ain't doing nothing, whatever, and you get the big head, and he has a way of humbling us all, and so that's what it is. So you have to stay true.
And
to
you
this.
guys, there's something on the monitor.
You have to
see it?
You just have to stay true to this. It's blocking.
Yeah, it's blocking. You got to get it off. I'm sure that the viewers can see that. Oh, they can't? Oh, okay. Well, I just blew us all up. All right, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
And so that's what it is.
Real
and
quick,
stuff.
what's a jewel you can probably tell some of the new up and coming comedians?
We don't need another goddamn comedian. That's the best. The door is closed. We don't need nobody else. Like even with these internet comedians, there's a big uproar.
Oh yeah. What's your take on that?
I'm not as mad about them. I just never saw this social media shit coming. We just never saw this coming.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's number one. But I think that they need another lane. I don't think it should be in the stand-up category lane because those skits they don't translate into stand-up. So it's almost like having somebody that's a stand-up comedian and a comedic actor or actress. Tachina, Tisha, all of them are comedic actors.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? We're stand-up comedians, also comedic actors, but we're stand-up comedians.
So
they just need another lane. And because those skits can't translate into comedy, you can't do those on stage and everything.
That's correct.
And then these promoters come and all these follower things and all this other bullshit. Okay, I got 2 million followers, but I'm in Detroit. 2 million, all of these followers are not in Detroit. That's why I'm doing the show. So I don't understand that. And so people are basing you on even representation on how many followers you have and how many this and how many that. And it's just really sad. What happened to the fucking talent?
They're looking at the numbers.
Yeah, it's like it replaced your resume, your credits.
Right.
It does.
It's just
None of
followers.
this means nothing. I got fucking
But that's
30-year
why-
resume.
oh,
This don't mean
God.
nothing because I ain't got but 5,000 followers.
And
I don't want everybody in my fucking business. I don't tell everybody where I'm at all day, every day. I'm too private for that. You know.
The scary part of that is now these. I'm about to say these motherfuckers.
You can say
but
what
it
the fuck you want
but it
to the
translates not just in comedy. These motherfuckers ain't got no damn degree. Ain't this? They resume look like shit in the real world.
Yeah.
But because they got 100,000 followers, they think they more intelligent than you, or they think they like relevant. Instagram fuck up one time, they life fall apart. I'd be like, excuse me, besides your 200,000 followers, what's your backbone?
Right, yeah,
what's your resume say? What's your education? What's your experience to back? You don't got shit.
Right.
I'm telling you, it's quite interesting.
And a lot of them are very disrespectful to the veterans. Then they want all of this money and they can't follow none of us, because you're not a stand-up. And I'm not, and like I'll get on shows with people. I'm a headliner sometime. I'll be in the back pacing because I meet some funny people. I mean, a lot of they're creative and they're funny. And they like, why are you back there pacing? You 30 years in the game. I said, that don't make me better than them. I'm just seasoned. It's like chicken. Can you have chicken with just salt and pepper? Yeah, but you want some seasoning. I'm just seasoned or whatever. So I know how to get up there. I know what to say. I know what to do. That doesn't make me better than them, in a sense. I just been doing it longer than them or whatever. But I see some amazing comedians that are so creative. And I'll be like this last Dave Chappelle special. I'm like, we're trash. It's like, compared to his brilliance and what he did. It was just so brilliant.
I agree.
It definitely makes you feel like you got a lot of work cut out in front of you.
Yeah, you do. And the job is to keep growing and to keep getting on stage and keep standing for what you stand for. And I tell most comedians, you don't know who you are for 3 to 5 years, and meaning you don't know your voice. Who I was, I still have my original joke book from 30 years ago, and I look at that and I was like, God, this bitch was so corny. Who the fuck is that? I would never say that stuff now, whatever, but I had to grow. And as I grow, because I'm older now, I've been married, I'm divorced, I've had a son, I'm a grandmother, you know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot of trauma, I've been through a lot of things in my life, so I have to be able to grow in that and in your comedy. And I see a lot of comics who aren't growing, and they're not growing because they're afraid to get up there and bomb. They're afraid to try new shit. They don't go out. They don't study. They don't work. They don't do anything. And this thing, one thing about stand-up comedy, this is an on-the-job training. You have got to get on this stage to work out your timing and your delivery, and these jokes have to drop a certain way. And a lot of comics don't put in that grind and they don't put in that time. And Cory, coming from New York, the reason he's where he is, he's a beast, because every night there's 3, 4, 5 comedy clubs. When I used to go to New York every summer, I would stay 2-3 weeks. Sometimes I wouldn't get in till 6 o'clock in the morning. Some of them rooms didn't start till 3 o'clock in the morning and stuff. And the New York crowd, they love comedy and they're very supportive, especially of female comedians and things like that. So you go to one club and you kill it. They be like, come to my room. I'm like, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh yeah, we're going to be early. It don't start till 3. They're like, ain't nobody going to be there, huh, Cory? Ain't nobody going to be there. And at 3:15, people just piling in the club. I've never seen this before. Only in New York.
On a work night.
On a work night.
It is.
These people never go to sleep.
Nah, it's
everybody in New York looks hard, like they old and hard because they will sleep like on a Saturday night. They'll sleep to 10 and then get up. They have a backpack or whatever. They go out and stay out to 6 and then they go to work. Mm-hmm. And I love that about New York. I just came back there from doing 10 days, and I just grinded every single night. I was at every club just working and networking and getting on stage. I hadn't done that. I was so fucking tired and stuff or whatever. I had done that in so long, and I used to ride my girlfriend works for Wendy Williams. She taught me how to ride the subway, so I don't rent a car no more. Now we Uber or Lyft or whatever. I love New York in the summertime. I'm going back in December.
Summertime in the subways?
Oh, I love Harlem in the summer.
Well, yeah, outside. Not in the subway. The humidity will kill you.
No, the rats will kill you.
Bye. But yes, them big ass rats. Yes. Let's give dude shout out. He from New York. The one I saw perform when you took me to the last
JP. I did his room when I went. JP Justice.
Joke.
I did his room. I did his. He has a once a month show at the. Oh God, I forgot the place where we were at the Point Theater. We did that, and it was amazing. So I'm going back to do Dangerfields and stuff. I want to do all the mainstream clubs now. I did all the little I laid the groundwork and did all the little rooms and stuff. Now it's like, okay, I'm coming back. I want to do Gothams. I want to do Carolines. I want to do Comic Strip Live. And a lot of us have to hook up with a lot of these younger comedians. You know, it's like the younger is pulling the older ones up. You know, because they're on top now. So it's like us trying to hitch our wagon to some of these newer comics that respect us and love us and want us to see us come back up again and stuff. So that's what we're doing and everything. That's what we have to do and stuff. So that's the comedy game. It's a grind. It's a serious grind, and you have to really love this. There's times where I'll be like, I ain't doing this shit no more. I'm gonna meet me a nice guy and go sit down and sing in a choir or some shit. And then something amazing happens and be like, okay, here we go again. You know, I think about I'll go to church. I think about I should stop cussing so much in my act and everything. And then my pastor was like, just yesterday, she was like, you're in the marketplace and you have to reach those people. She said, I can't go in there and talk to them people and make them laugh. That's your job. And so she makes me feel comfortable about my gift and everything. And that's important that you go and you fellowship and be at a place where people make you feel comfortable about what you're doing, because you're doing it for the masses and you're doing it for the culture, and everybody's destiny and everybody's purpose is different, and it's not all one thing. Everybody, even as a Christian, even as a person that loves God, you know, it's not, we're all, as long as I'm getting into heaven, I'm good. Okay, everything else after that and stuff. But everybody's journey is different, and that doesn't make me a bad Christian because I curse. That doesn't make me a bad Christian because I'm not at church every Sunday or doing this and that or whatever, because I love the Lord. I've been saved since I was 7. So I don't let people question who I am and whose I am. I don't let nobody question me that. I can go toe to toe. I can cuss you out and quote 7 scriptures at the same time or whatever. So I never live my life like that. I've never lived my life in fear or any of that. I'm one of the people that I just do me. I just live my life. I throw stuff up against the wall. If it work, it work. If it don't, I'll fit a circle into a square. I'm not gonna give up. You know, whatever. And I impart that to my son. I impart that to my grandkids. You have to be fearless. You have to get up every day and say, no is your friend. Maybe Ali said that. My mom, Ali's daughter, she's a comic, and me and her used to be really close. We used to talk all the time, and she says, you have to get up and say, no is your friend. No is your friend. Because you can get 49 no's. You just need one yes. One yes.
Stand strong till you get there. Yes,
until you get there and everything. And that's the whole key and everything. So that's the stuff I live by, you know. And
Amen.
We don't even realize how blessed we were that we were born and raised in these cities that are already entertainment capitals. You know, like I didn't realize that till I left. And no, you realize it before because you see the people that move to your city for the same thing that you doing in your own town and you taking for granted. You know, like, you know, I went to high school here. You know, some nights I ain't gonna go out because I'm smoking weed with my friends, and you know, and then moving to L.A. put me back in the mentality of those guys that were moving to New York for it. Yeah, it put me in that mode.
And you start all over when you come here. Them 7, 8, 10 years that you did in New York, you pretty much start all over because you're down at the bottom of the food chain, and then you got to grow. When Kevin moved here and stuff, wasn't nobody checking for him. And everything. He was, you know, late nights at the Comedy Store doing open mics and stuff like that, and he just kept grinding until, you know, somebody came along and gave him an opportunity, and he just took it and ran with it. And you got to be ready for the opportunity when it comes.
I agree. I say that all the time.
You got to be
ready.
Why
do you think it's so hard for people to give somebody else an opportunity or provide an opportunity?
I don't think that it's. Let me say this. Even with me, unfortunately, even with me in this cannabis business that I'm in, every black person I went to ask to help me would not help me. I had a white girl help me. She the one taught me how to make butter and bake and do everything that I'm doing now. She helped me. Everything, if you look on YouTube right now and you pull up anything on how to bake stuff, it ain't nothing but white people telling people. Ain't no black people telling no information. And I don't know what it is in us that we feel like if I help you, then I'm not going to get what the universe has for me for helping you. But that's not how it works. You understand what I'm saying? So if I help you, you may not help me. The blessing may come from him. And that's what we have to learn. That if I bless you, shouldn't be looking for you to bless me back. The blessing may come from somebody totally different.
Or the blessing might not come at all, but just give the blessing.
No, it's going to come up because it's the universal gift of reciprocity.
I mean, I hope so.
No, it's coming.
But
it's coming.
I like to not. I agree with you, but I just feel
you
like
don't do it before the blessing.
Right?
Is what you're saying. That's what you need to say.
I do it just because
that's
I wanted to do it, and that's it.
That's why
because
you do
if I look for any return and I don't get it, I'll start to get jaded along the line.
Right.
So I need to be okay with giving it, and if I okay.
But I think what we need to do is shift the focus on the blessing is coming. It's just not coming from the person you blessed. And don't be mad at them because they didn't do it. You came into their life to drop that nugget to do what they needed to do for the time that they needed.
Yes, that's
so they can move on. You know, sometimes you just be the person to bless people. Okay, and they go. Somebody told me that's the calling on my life. That people come and they need this and that, and I'll be like, okay, call so and so. They gonna help you do this. Like I told with you, call Poetess. Poetess on that. I said, Poetess, you came down here, and at first she was like, oh no, I don't like the building and this and that or whatever. I said, trust me on this. I would never tell you nothing wrong. I would never steer you nowhere wrong or whatever. And look, here we are. You know what I'm saying? So, and she's my girl. I've been knowing Poetess 30 years. I know her heart. And everything. I know she's professional. I know she ain't gonna fuck you over. I know she gonna do it because she got to hear my motherfucking mouth and stuff or whatever and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't have brought you here if I didn't think you was above board and was gonna do and be right by her because I know your heart. You know, and I know what you're trying to do and everything. So good night, y'all. I'm gonna walk into the car.
Good night.
Okay, all right, babe. Good
Go
night.
home safely. Thank you for
DJ Godala is out.
See you, babe.
All right,
see you on the 24th. And
All
so,
right.
and so, and so that's the thing. And so when this mic cracks, you got to say something. You
Yes.
got to say something.
Yes.
You know, it's got to be that's what's going to make people want to listen to you guys when this mic turns on, that you say stuff that makes people want to tune in, that's going to change and transform lives.
Yes.
And that's the important part of this whole thing that you're doing, is that you make sure that whatever you say in this whole time that you are here, that it means something and that you leave people with something. It could be a quote at the end of your show, something that makes people think and makes them want to come back. You know.
Yes. Well, that's the words of wisdom from Hope Flood.
Yes, that's
All
it.
right.
Do you have anything you want to plug, Hope? Or where can they find you?
Yeah, I'm a leader, but I really don't like people following me. But on Instagram, it's hope.flood. I have to start doing my Instagram. On Facebook, it's Hope Flood. HopeFlood.com, our website. Comedians, if you want to register for convention, wait till tomorrow, the next day. It's comicsrockconvention.com. And early comics registration will start tomorrow, and that'll go on and for a couple of months, and then it's regular registration. You get so many perks. It's so much. It's such an amazing event, and it's a lot of work. And God put this in my lap to do. It's like my baby. I keep giving the baby away. I be like, I'm doing. Somebody else doing it, and then God said, no, this is your baby, and you have to take care of your baby. Like you took care of your son and you raised him and still do. This is your baby. You know, whatever. And so that, and let's see, highhopes.biz for all your CBD and cannabis needs.
Nice. It's such a pleasure having you home.
Yes, it really
Cory
is.
always texts me.
Yeah.
He be like, I'm going to come to this and come to that. I be like, Cory, I'm out of town, but thank you for inviting me. I'm going to get to something real soon. Don't stop inviting me, okay?
Yeah, of course.
All right. He comes when I call him. He'll come and do a set, whatever. He'll come. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you so much. Because I really believe in your talent and think you're funny. It's just so many motherfuckers out here. So many people out here.
A lot, yeah.
People come, I put on Facebook and they got mad at me. I said, 50 comics move to LA, 75 go home.
Oh my God.
It's a beast. Motherfucker's a beast, okay?
Wow.
I lived here my whole life, so I'm here. You know, whatever. But this is a beast. This grind is no joke. People sleeping on couches and in their cars and, you know, and just trying to. Chris Tucker almost lost his job at when he did Next Friday because he was late so many times. He was on the bus. And he was late. They said, if you late one more time, you're fired. He was late, and he slipped into the makeup chair and said, tell him I was here already. You know, whatever. And he almost got fired because he didn't have a car. He couldn't even get here. This was before Uber and Lyft and all of those. He didn't even probably have money for that. Sleeping on somebody's couch and everything. And it's the thing where anything in your life, I saw that on Facebook. I can't find it anymore. It's like, God can put his hands on you, what you've been working for your whole life. God can put his hands on you and say, your turn. Just in that moment.
Yeah, that's very true.
You know, he could just say, your turn. And what you gonna do with it when you get it? Are you ready? Are you prepared? Are you not prepared? And everything. And I'm like, God, I'm ready. I'm ready. And sometimes he sends us in there to be a light, and then he loses us, to the whole entertainment industry because it's ran by Satan.
Okay, before we get off into a whole nother, you got to come back.
I will, whenever I can. I will come.
Yes,
Mondays is okay for me.
A treat having you open up our show.
Oh, I would love. I wouldn't have missed it for nothing in the world.
And so we could leave everybody with, well, not a quote, but I guess
what you want to say. You got to wrap it up.
Well, I want to say, I'm just grateful for this first episode. I'm grateful. I think that everybody that is here today is supposed to be here. Mm-hmm. I feel good in my heart that this episode went extremely well. I pray that, and I believe, and I believe
you pray
that and pray that a lot of people will be watch and be impacted.
Yeah.
And I just hope that I continue to honor what the show was based on, which is bridging the gap between newer comedians and veteran comedians, and also discussing a lot of experience and wisdom that the veteran comedians have to share. Poetess is over there making noise. Well, we can hear you.
We can hear that on the mic.
That's Poetess.
Can't say nothing to the HBIC. Okay.
She's like, this is my shit. This is my way of telling y'all, get the fuck out of here.
Right,
get the fuck out, right?
Wrap it up. Let's go, bitches.
You're going to see her come back in with the vacuum.
Okay, Poetess wants you to go home. Okay. We didn't do any call-ins, but that's there for call-ins.
Oh, yeah, that's next to call-ins, and you can Skype into this thing, too. So we can set that up coming up in the next couple of episodes.
I'll come back next.
But thanks for watching. Corey, you want to holler and say
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me. I mean,
you're a host.
That's what I mean. Like, thank you for bringing me on.
Yes.
And I didn't know what to expect coming here.
Mm-hmm. And you talking about you couldn't come down in the hood, Cory? You from Brooklyn? Come on.
I know, right?
This is equivalent to Brooklyn, okay?
You done walked out.
Come on, you done been down here to the Regency. You done been all over LA. Come on now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I have been down here as a damn Uber driver. and thank you, man, because it gives me an opportunity now to, everybody's doing podcasts, all the comics are doing podcasts, and of course it crossed my mind too, and it just landed in my lap, and I feel like I'm one of them people that I feel like you got to take advantage of coincidences sometimes.
Absolutely.
Like if something just kind of lands in your lap and it's no resistance, and it's something that you were already thinking about, try to bridge and connect those things together,
I agree.
And I feel like meeting you, me thinking about already doing a podcast, it all manifested. So,
well, I'm glad we met, and it's especially nice because you a Brooklynite. You know what I mean?
BK in the building.
We came all the way to LA to meet each other.
That's right.
That's what's up.
Thank you, bro.
All right. So anyway, thanks. We out, and
this has been.
Oh Lord!
So,
Comedic Minds, play it over there, Poetess. Play it.
Crucial conversations, Comedic Minds. Put them both together, and what do you get? The most productive and impactful smack talking session ever.
Yeah, you started
now let's put our minds together.
Y'all started about 8.